All right, looks like we're up and running. Let's get this thing going. All right, I think we are live. Shall find out. Yeah, I see a green light. That's a good sign. Let everything catch up here. Let's see. Saturday night. I decided to go a little early. A little early tonight. Just in case we go through a marathon session here. It won't be too late when I'm done. Maybe I can watch a Laserdisc. You never know. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are safe and indoors somewhere and locked away in a chamber of culture like this. Something like that. Hey, SF Marine, Punk Nerd, Eric Peever, Zach. What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining. Got some pickups, some things like that. John is in the house. What's up, my friend? Got some stuff going on. I got a box of LDs that are en route. So since the last time I did a live stream, I haven't gotten any fresh LDs because the world kind of ended for a while there. But I do have a box that's cruising over from Japan right now, so that'll be coming in soon. Spencer's in the house. What is going on? Yeah, I decided to go full JRE and get my little screensaver going on before the show. I'm trying to get fancy. Yeah, something like that. Now I just need a Jamie. I need a dude that's like over there somewhere to manage all the cameras and like pop up images and stuff for me. What's up? Pete's in the house. Mike's in the house. Cheers, everybody. Let's see. Punk Nerd got home from another. Were you at Hawaii? Let's see. I was actually live from Texas. Cheers, my friend. Daisuke. Daisuke Beppu. I was blown away by your amazing video. If you guys are into, a lot of you guys are probably Daisuke subscribers already, anyways. But if you are into, Laserdisc, Criterion releases, but then everything beyond that, series on great directors and like all sorts of other boutique imprints for Blu-rays and things like that. Just if you're just into home video and movies, definitely go and check out Daisuke Beppu's channel. And he dropped this amazing present of a tribute video recently, and I was totally blown away by that. Definitely honored, and yeah, wow, couldn't believe it. my wife is she enjoyed it too. She's like, oh, great. Now every time I'm like, hey, go do the dishes or go take out the trash, she's gonna be like, in the words of Daisuke Beppu, and then just recite all this stuff. But no, I'm definitely not worthy. I'm not worthy. Thank you, my friend. Let's see. Eric's got some LDs en route too. Nice. Yeah, I know. Talking about movies, Keith is in the house. I was doing an interview with, I don't know if any of you guys are metalheads, but Trevor, who's the Trevor Sternad from the band Black Dahlia Murder, and he was on lockdown in Brooklyn, and we were kind of talking about what are we doing, and he's also a collector like myself, and the joke was that this is the marathon that we've been training for our entire lives. Like, this is our moment. Let's see what else is going on up here. Is the stream working? I hope it is. Alpha Beta Xenon Z Cat's in the house. Punk Nerd, Hilo to Honolulu. Nice. And what else is going on? Oh, good. Alpha Beta's in the house now. Excellent. But yeah, it's been a wild time since the last live stream I had was, of course, pre lockdown, and though I have to say it's been pretty much business as usual, except I think the only real change for me, except for not being able to go shopping for things, and I miss going to diners for sure. But I'm still working full time, and instead of going to the office 3 days out of the week, I'm going to the office 0 days out of the week. So so it's still been it's unfortunately I know some fellow friends of mine that were looking to get furloughed, more in terms of they have kids and things like that they have to deal with, and But I mean, I know some people that are having a great time just watching movies and stuff like that and catching up on things. So so I have been doing a lot of Laserdisc videos, but I don't actually have any more time than usual to watch them. It's just I just have been trying to fire them up. But yeah. So I'm still doing the 40 hours a week thing and all that stuff. So can't complain about that. And yeah, got lots of movies and CDs and stuff like that keep me entertained. So I have not gone stir crazy at all, or gotten cabin fever or whatever. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see what else is happening here. Oh, thank you, Daisuke. Oh yeah, gonna get some PAL discs from Pete. That'll be pretty cool. Let's see. What's Spencer getting? Oh, Warner Brothers shop 44, and yeah, Amazon's doing the buy two get one. Yeah, I was checking that out tonight. I was bummed too because I was looking to get some 4K discs, and there's two sales going concurrently. There's the buy two or buy three for the price of two, and then there's another sale which is buy two for $30. So I was going to catch up on some of the Kubrick reissues. Oh, sorry, bang on the table. I was going to get some of the Kubrick reissues, and then I was going to get a disc for a friend of mine. Oh, Austin's in the house too. What's up, my friend? So I was like, oh, cool. I'll get 2001 and The Shining or whatever. But The Shining was part of the buy two for $30 sale. It wasn't part of the buy three for the price of two sale. So yeah, I know a full Kubrick set would be pretty sweet, but yeah, I was going to just pull the trigger. And then I couldn't quite decide what to get for the third movie, so I just kind of saved everything for later. Kind of walked away from it. Scream Factory's still got their I think it's a month-long sale going on, too. And, it's not a killer one. It's not as crushing a discount as some of the previous ones, but they got some good cheap discs in there. And, yeah, Hamilton books. Oh, God. Yeah, I know. I got to pick up a couple things from Hamilton books. And they're in my state, too. I could actually just drive there and pick those up. Oh, Zach was watching Andromeda Strain on LD. That's been on my LD to watch list for sure. Oh, Indicators got percentage off. Oh, man. Everyone's looking to get that money. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to fire up that Andromeda Strain. I got that in a lot a couple years ago, and I haven't even gotten a chance to spin that up. The last time I saw it was probably in 4 to 3 on TV, so this will be a nice little treat to watch the Letterboxd copy. Austin said, I already stay at home a lot anyways. Yeah, I know, right? Punk Nerd's LD player is broken. Oh, yeah, the Sanyo player. Yeah, I don't even know if that's a rebadge or if that's because there are, a couple, weird kind of offshoots, some Funai players and things like that weren't rebadges of, 4K's in the house. Nice. What's up, my friend? That weren't rebadges of Pioneers or Sonys or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm not particularly familiar with their line. I'll have to see what they have on the Laserdisc archive for players and see if I can recognize it, at least if you send me the model number. And as told by Gonzo's in the house. What's up? Thanks for joining. Barry Lyndon Criterion. Yeah, I don't have that. That would be nice. The Shadow Man is in the house. What's up? Yep. Yeah, and now is the time to be a physical media collector for sure. Oh, you're watching Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles. Nice. I haven't seen that show in a while, so that would be a nice one to revisit. I am going to be doing some Terminator-related Laserdisc stuff shortly, too. So, and I do have a couple more videos in the editing bay. That one big one I've been teasing for a little while. I can tell you guys, it's about aspect ratio. That should be fun. And I do have a couple other Spotlight reviews kicking, too. Let's see. Well, Mike's getting some Maxine orders. Yeah, Maxine's got those sick t-shirts now, too. She did some replicas of some vintage Pioneer Laserdisc shirts. Cool stuff. I was actually helping kind of be one of the sounding board members to choose which ones to put up when their Hollywood Laserdiscs relaunch. Not Hollywood Laserdiscs. That's another thing altogether. But yeah, they're really cool shirts. What else is going on? Oh man, Al's in the house. What's up, my friend? Greetings from the future, aka the UK. Yeah, let me know how things are in the future there. 4K got the Elephant Man pre-ordered from Studio Canal. Nice. Yeah, everyone's doing some sort of a sale. So, and even before the lockdown, I had stayed tough in the face of some of those Shout Factory sales. So I don't know, I might have to crumble though. But I did. I did get some stuff from Japan, so that'll keep me entertained. And I got some more home theater stuff. I've been mostly kind of working on getting more gear for my home theater, so I gotta do a new updated, tour of that once I get a few more pieces into place. Keith's watching Contagion on Blue. I know, right? I was thinking about it. Like, when everything dropped, everyone's like, I want to watch Outbreak and Contagion and Andromeda Strain. I'm like, not sure what I do. I'll visit it. Yeah, for sure. At some point. There's some good stuff on eBay and Kino Aero discs and man, good stuff. Oh yeah, Scorsese shorts on Criterion. Yeah, that's another must-have. Yeah, I saw that Columbia 4K box. Yee. So much good stuff. It's Stolen by Gonzo's waiting for that aspect ratio video. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. Should be pretty fun. I'm trying not to be a punk about it. Because there's a lot of controversy with controversy. There's some controversy on Laserdisc Forever in particular about trying to explain aspect ratio issues to people. So trying to be have some fun with it and then not be too much of a pain in the butt. Yeah, Jaws 4K. Punk Nerd just watched Angus and Batman Forever. Yeah, Seal Song. Yeah, Kiss from the Rose. Though that was already on his, I think his second album dropped before that came out, which also had Kiss from a Rose on it. Though, the timing. Yeah, it's good. Spencer's a big Batman Forever fan. He can let me know if Seal 2 dropped before the soundtrack. But either way, it's got a good Everything But the Girl. No, is there Everything But the Girl? There's a Massive Attack on there, which is good. And there's an Irish band that I was a big fan of called the Devlins. I saw them open for Sarah McLachlan at the most metal concert I've ever been to. And they were really, really good. And they came out with 4 albums before, I think, like, kind of starting to go solo. And, they worked their way into some movie soundtracks. One of their songs was on the Closer soundtrack and, a few things here and there. But, they had a track that was, I think, an exclusive track on the Batman Forever. I like the Batman Forever soundtrack better than the film itself. So. John watched Brawl in Cell Block 99. Yeah, that one's been on my list for a while. I want to check that out. Yeah, Top Gun on 4K, I'll definitely be intrigued on picking that up. But yeah, Seal's like first 4 albums are all pretty much all killer, no filler. Some good stuff. So the second album in particular is pretty good, but yeah. I don't know, he was like really, really good singer-songwriter first and then kind of like turned into pop star beyond that. So if it wasn't for like, even on this first album, there's a lot of like acoustic guitars and stuff like that. So you get this sense of the singer-songwriter buried underneath all the, the Trevor Horn, techno kind of stuff. But those first 4 records crush. Let's see, Pete watched The Hunt on digital. Oh, nice. You dug it. All right, cool. What else? Yeah, what have I been watching? I just watched the first episode on Shudder of the new Cursed movie series. And of course it's about The Exorcist, so big surprise there. But it was pretty cool. They did talk about some other interesting things along the way. But let's see, Brian did the Applegates. Yeah, that one's still lingering in obscurity. Rod's in the house. What's up, my friend? Cheers. But yeah, so I think, what else are they going to have in the Cursed series? I know they're doing The Crow, Poltergeist, and The Omen, and I forgot, I think there's a few more beyond that. So, should be interesting. They had this like real sketchy, like Exorcist for Hire dude in it. That was pretty entertaining. And they got into the whole side story of the one guy in the angiogram scene there that actually became a killer after the movie. So that was pretty cool. But in terms of like it being cursed, it doesn't really bring that much to the table. But it was a pretty cool series. And then like right after it rolled right into that faux documentary about it's pretty much like John Carpenter's Cigarette Burns, but like in documentary form about a like long lost Méliès film that turned an audience into like frothing, bloodthirsty fiends. of course, it's all bogus, but it was kind of interesting. It's all in French, but ooh, Jerry Anderson UFO Blu-ray. Damn. I just have UFO on DVD. I don't have that on Blu-ray. Watching the Mule, nice. Yeah, that's what I thought too. The Seals album came out first, and the song just kind of simmered, and then, I pulled, one of those situations where it blew up when the video came out and Batman Forever dropped. So, yeah, actually, U2 is kind of hit or miss for me post Octoon Baby maybe, but that was actually a really good song. I can't really argue with that. Easter Movie Fest, nice. What are you watching? 2 John Carpenters, They Live, nice, and The Thing on HD DVD, damn, nice. Alpha Beta did Blade Runner 2049. That movie kicks my ass so hard. And I will watch that just randomly late at night a lot. Yeah, the Batman Forever CD is always in the 99-cent bin. I've been listening to a lot of soundtracks lately. While I'm working, but I threw on the Last Action Hero one not too long ago, which also is in the 99-cent bin. It has a bunch of killer jams. Star Wars 4K films yet? Well, I'll have one in here, so we'll get on that in a hot minute, because I got to show you the small stack of stuff I've gotten lately. Rod Watch, Raiders of the Sun, and Exterminators of the Year 3000. Is Raiders of the Sun like as good as the jacket art? Probably not, but yeah, I've heard some tales about Scream 5. Should be interesting. I wasn't really that zazzed about Scream 4 as far as I was concerned. Like, yeah, I'm kind of done with the series, but yeah, we'll see. I know everyone was complaining that Kevin wasn't going to be involved in the writing, but I'm intrigued. Let's see what else is going on. Spread the scene better. How long? Perhaps, yeah. Oh, The Saint, yeah. Good stuff. Oh, Keith got the Vinegar Syndrome of Spookies. Yeah, I didn't really end up helping out as much in the end, but I was part of some behind-the-scenes stuff on the Spookies Blu-ray, and I was sworn to secrecy, too, for a couple months, which was pretty cool. If anything, it was just fun to be able to say that. But they were trying to source like the best audio they could find. And it seemed like there was some issues with some of the audio, so they were looking to get a copy of the Laserdisc and get somebody to harvest the PCM audio off the Laserdisc to possibly fill in some gaps if needed. So I had to source a Laserdisc and be a third party, this super secret agent, and so I had to get it, and then I got the audio off of it, and I got that to them through internet means, but then they also wanted the disc obviously too, so I had to go down there and secretly sneak it to a dude and all that stuff. But it turns out I think they were able to get most of what they needed without having to punch in the Laserdisc audio. They might have used some of it, but either way, it was pretty cool. I've never been deputized by Vinegar Syndrome until then, so that was pretty awesome. Yeah, Linda Blair feeling about the serial killer thing. They didn't talk to her about that really much. It was just mostly about her being traumatized by Friedkin, and then of course the stigma of that role and how she does shut down some questions though, because they talk about her getting bodyguards, and she's like, no, I'm not talking about that. So that was pretty interesting. Spoiler alert. Spencer's got the Phantom Menace 4K. First UHD to rival T2 for the worst on the format. Nice. Absolute turd. Polished to an up-res grainless nightmare. All right. That's not in my stack, so thanks for that tip. Oh, Alpha Beta watch Midsummer. Nice. Yeah, it's definitely in spirit with Wicker Man and other folk horror movies. Yeah, it's funny. I just hear a lot of people say, well, I so liked it the first time it was a Wicker Man, but there's a lot more thematically different. And even in terms of character in Midsummer and kind of what it's all about, it shares a lot of the same trappings and window dressing and all that stuff. But there's a different core in Midsummer, and it doesn't really, the part of the Wicker Man was the kind of gotcha ending, and Midsummer pretty much carries on knowing that where this is all going to go from pretty much the from the poster. Um, so it's not trying to trick you or anything like that. And when things kind of go sideways, like you're like, yep, I expected that. Let's see. Oh, Spencer's a Hold Me Thrilling. Nice. He used to convert non-YouTube fans. Yeah, I used to like being up to convert fans. I used to do it with live stuff all the time. Like Oingo Boingo is one of my favorite bands of all time. It was the first concert I ever saw. That guy loves Oingo Boingo too. Rev it up for Oingo Boingo. But their live Hollywood video from 1995, the farewell thing, is the one that I would use to convert people to Oingo Boingo, because they'd be like, whoa, this band's good. Portishead too, their live from Roseland is like always good. You know, people are like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. But let's see. Coming on down here. Alpha Beta watched La Dolce Vita. I don't know if I should mention it because it's probably no good. But years and years and years ago, I did a commentary for La Dolce Vita before I had a YouTube channel, and I put it up on archive.org, and I'm pretty sure it's still there. I think I got a couple. I got one for Fight Club with a co-host of my radio show, and then there might be another one on there too. But yeah, there's a little Dolce Vita one. I don't know if it's any good. I'm probably not going to listen to it again to find out. I was told by Gonzo, watch The Wizard. Nice. Yeah, the Shout release. I've been seeing that bandied about. I haven't actually had a chance to take a peek at it. Trevor watched Blue Velvet on Laser by accident once. Was delightfully surprised. Yeah, I think I had a copy and then I foolishly sold it because I'm like, well, I got enough Blue Velvet on DVD and now Blu-ray. But thankfully, I got another replacement copy because then I realized, no, I kind of want Blue Velvet on Laserdisc. Yeah, The Saint '97, saw that in the theater, and I was definitely impressed. I was a big fan of the tone of it, and of course the soundtrack was killer, and just the vibe. It had a really, really good vibe. And Arizona Snipers in the house. What's up? Welcome aboard. Yeah, and it just. Yeah, it's one of those movies I always enjoyed watching on LD. I thought it was cool. It had a commentary track on the LD, a killer AC3 track, and I've been waiting for a proper release with all the deleted scenes. So you can still see a lot of the alternate ending and all that on YouTube. It's pretty poor quality, but it's out there. Yeah, I almost bought that DVD the weekend I bought my DVD player too. I remember being in Bernie's, looking at the players and deciding what I was going to get. Before I settled on a Panasonic A120U. And I almost picked up the same, but I had already just blown tons of coin at Circuit City buying a stack of DVDs the day before. So I ended up didn't get it. I don't have joysticks on LD. I'm pretty sure I know some people that have it though, so I could probably get a copy of it. Spencer did a LD DVD side-by-side with the Saint. LD's pretty strong. Yeah, it needs a proper, exactly, with the original ending and all that stuff. I need Midsummer. I need a UHD of the director's cut is what I need. I know there's the Italian one, but I know it doesn't have some subtitles during some of the Swedish scenes, which isn't really totally detrimental because it just adds to the sense of alienation. But I would like to get that. Or I'll just settle for a Blu-ray of the director's cut too. I need to get that, but there's Capsaholic Phantom Menace ugliness out there. Cool. Let's see. Austin said a bad word and apparently filtered it. How dare you? Keith found the Avengers hiding in my shirt. Yeah, and my wife bought this for me. It's just got a bunch of. Yeah, I'm prone to wearing loud shirts kind of sometimes, like Bruce Campbell. It's either all metal or tropical stuff. So, and every once in a while she'll find me stuff that has, I got Hulk and Cap and Iron Man and Thor's down here. There's Thor. And anybody else? Is Spidey on here somewhere? Or is it just Avengers? I think it's just Avengers. Yeah. Black Widow's way down there. Oh yeah, hold on. There's the Black Widow. There you go. Yeah. They're hiding in the ferns. That's what they do. Let's see what else has got going on. Yeah, ducking some noise. Oh, I was told by Gonzo about Danny Elfman at Sundance. Very cool. I mentioned Boingo and he laughed and asked how old I was. It's funny how he kind of, comes at Oingo Boingo like sideways sometimes. Yeah. Especially when fans ask about like, remasters and stuff like that, and he's like, they're already out there. Like he's not really that sad. But then again, they had to twist his arm to do that big retrospective Tim Burton Danny Elfman box set, and once he went back into the archives and started listening to the old demos and stuff like that, he ended up really, really into it. So, which is funny because I remember him saying that if there was the prospect of like a Bernard Herrmann like 12-disc box set, he would be the first person in line to pick it up. But when it came to his own stuff, he's just like, I don't want to do that. Who wants that? And he kind of sometimes has that attitude with Oingo Boingo, like, it's over with. But then, Steve Bartek comes on stage and they do a little bit of Dead Man's Party at, one of those, his film events that he usually does, doing live, Nightmare Before Christmas tunes and all that stuff. So there's still a little bit of Boingo in his blood for sure. I saw him in '87 on the Boingo tour, first in West Hartford, Connecticut, and then again in St. Petersburg, Florida, about maybe 2 weeks later. So. Yeah, good stuff. It was funny because out in New England, like that band was like nothing. Nobody knew who they were. And then in Florida and California, they were monstrously huge. So up here in New England, it was just at this tiny little ballroom place. Yeah, you could just cram in a couple hundred people. And then in Florida, it was in a full amphitheater. Totally different. Let's see. See what's going on here. Action Jackson, nice. That's a good Warner Archive. Good stuff. Who else is coming in here? Bad Boys trilogy coming out on the 27th. Yeah, I'll be down with getting that. Outbreak is pretty good on Laserdisc. It's a nice release. AC3 and it's got decent quality. Crazies, I don't have an LD. I've got it on Blu-ray. But I haven't. I don't even know if there's a letterbox. Though it's not really that wide of a movie, anyways. But I don't know if there's a letterbox Crazies. But sadly I don't have it on LD. But I do have it on Blu-ray, and I got the big George Romero box set there that Arrow did with Season of the Witch, which has been a real hot commodity lately. We're talking about it on Laserdisc Forever. I remember seeing that movie for the first time and it had one of the alternate titles because it's got like so many titles: Jack's Wife, Hungry Wives, Chicken Wives, Monkey Wives. And then like all of a sudden I'm like, what the hell? What is this? What is this? An ad for another movie? Like, and it just kept going. We're like, I guess we're watching the movie now. But yeah, Outbreak's a nice nice mid '90s release. It's been a while since I watched that LD, but the last time I watched it, I remember it looked pretty solid. Good 5.1 mix for sure. Batman Forever and Robin, good soundtracks, terrible sequels. Prime in UK has got some Fellini stuff. Dolce Vita 8.5. Somebody's got me 8.5 DVD, but I don't think I'm getting it back, so that's cool. That's okay. I got it on Laserdisc. I'll get a Blu-ray. That'd be cool. Alpha Beta saw Batman Forever in the cinema. It's funny because me and Spencer and some of the guys have chatted about this before. That's one of the rare occasions when I almost walked out of the theater. It's funny because some of the films I've almost walked out on are pretty beloved, and the only ones that really come to mind are GoldenEye and Batman Forever. But I powered through Batman Forever, and I wasn't a fan. But I didn't mind elements of it. I didn't mind Val Kilmer's performance as Bruce Wayne. I was okay with that, and the soundtrack was pretty good. Which is too bad because I was a big Schumacher fan between Falling Down, which was absolutely one of my favorite movies, and Lost Boys, which is still one of my favorite movies, and Flatliners, which is cheesy, but I don't know. I really like it. Where do I get my stream shirts? All over the place. Sometimes I get them online. Sometimes my wife will find them when she's out and about shopping. I got a cool... I haven't worn it in a while. I got some cool Creepy Co. shirts when I was at a shop in Salem, Massachusetts not too long ago. I think the name of the shop is like Die With Your Boots On or something like that. It's one of those shops that are in this little kind of like seaside like wharf plaza that they kind of come and go. So I don't know if they're still there, but it was a cool shop. They had a lot of really good, like button up, shirts with horror movie stuff on them and stuff like that. So, but yeah, sometimes I have to order it. Yeah, depending on, I tend to poke around online every once in a while and see what I can find. But yeah, I try and juice it up a little bit when I'm streaming. So Svenguli showing what? This Island Earth? Have watching this. Nice. Yeah, I've got This Island Earth on Laserdisc, and I've got This Island Earth on Mystery Science Theater, the movie, on Laserdisc too. It's pretty cool. Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, Elfman's style has kind of changed. Well, I mean, scoring in general has kind of changed. Like the old kind of method of these major motifs and themes and all that stuff repeating. It's kind of all become a little bit more of background music in terms of like really becoming part of the forefront and really engaging you and yeah, sometimes like his and some people say his kind of style was a little too much, so he's gone a little more tasteful now, for lack of a better word. But sometimes it just seems a little generic. Yeah, you're right. Like every once in a while, you kind of want that. Let Danny let it rip. Yeah. Let's see. Do I also purchase Blu-ray collector's editions? Well, it depends on the title. Yeah, I don't usually go too crazy for box sets or anything like that, or with like that come with like figurines and all that kind of stuff. So I usually just kind of go for something that's got some cool extras and is reasonably priced. And I like, of course, Scream Factory collector's editions and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it depends on the edition for sure. Batman Forever game on SNES, nice. The Romero Crazies remake I actually enjoyed. I have that on Blu-ray and saw that in the theaters as well, and I was surprised. I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty capable, and it's just a good intense thriller. Yeah, it's good stuff. Actually, I wouldn't mind watching that again. Because Romero's got that Romero vibe, and it's kind of lit like I don't know, like I'm lit right now. Like it's got that cool like low budget charm to it, which I really like. Let's see what's going on. Might check out Night of the Comet or The Quiet Earth next. Yeah, I haven't seen Night of the Comet in a long time. I don't think my wife's seen that, so I've been meaning to show her the Scream Factory. Let's see. Technically, I'm not a fan of the Third Man. I really like the Third Man. I just don't like the zither. But the movie itself, I really enjoy. If it just didn't have so much damn zither. Good stuff. Let's see. Saw Quiet Earth a few days ago. Nice. Took my ex-wife to see Batman Forever in the theater. Nice. Good date movie. Yeah. No, don't worry, Spencer. I like the Third Man. It's cool. I can't not like it. And there's so many Bond people involved in it in some way, or either acting or in some fashion. DC Cab, man. DC Cab taught me that movies are important, because that's how you get people to come to help you. Is that you can see Bruce Lee from the drive-in. Tell your friends that you're trapped in a place where you can see the screen with Bruce Lee. Good stuff. Daredevil 2003 soundtrack. Yeah, I remember that. It had some good like kind of music video moments in the movie too. I picked that up on Blu-ray not too long ago. I won't lie. I got it. Let's see what else is going on down here. I got to show you guys what I picked up recently too. Let's see. Oh yeah, 6 Feet Under is on Netflix with some Ryan Reynolds. I've been meaning to check that out. Austin's got Blade Runner 2489 4K. Yes. Blade Runner 5-disc set, which is out of print. I almost bought the Blade Runner Final Cut 4K as the third piece of the Amazon sale. I don't know. Have you guys had the same thing that I had with Amazon? Is that when you click on the you click on the list of, and it's happened on my phone and my PC. You click on the list of all the films that are available, and there's like, it says there's like, I don't know, at least 60 something of them. And then, or no, it was like 60 something out of like a couple hundred or something. So then when I scroll down to the bottom of the list, if you do anything to interact with it, it just dies. Like if you click page 2, it dies. And then you click like any of the filters, it dies and says it's not available. And so I thought it was just like one of those weird things where they just designed it to work on mobile. And so I fired it up on my phone, and now I kept getting the same thing on my phone. So I had to kind of like hunt from other places, and I had to go through the entire like 4K list and see if it said like, get 2 for the price of, or get 3 for the price of 2. So yeah, I had to kind of like dig around a little bit, and I was like, I wonder if Blade Runner's on there. So I had to just type in Blade Runner, and it was, but it was like ridiculously expensive. It was like 30 something bucks, like $35 or something. I'm like, well, then I'm just spending money to save money. So screw that. Inception score was pretty badass. Yeah, Hans Zimmer's been doing some good stuff. Even there's a lot of stuff I like, even if it's not like traditional like John Williams themes and that kind of style of writing. There's some good stuff that's like, Cliff Martinez has done some really, really good stuff. I like some of Hans Zimmer's stuff, and he's changed his style, like back from his 80s style, like like the old Black Rain era and all that stuff. Yeah, he's definitely changed it up a little bit. But yeah, the scores in general are just a little bit different now. And yeah, sometimes that works. Sometimes I can dig a good kind of moody ambient score that doesn't really have any major motifs or anything like that. But let's see what else is going on down here. I'm trying to catch up. Talking about games, impossible games. Let's see. Yeah, Interstellar, Prometheus. Yeah, the Inception soundtrack is fantastic. Though it does lift that little piece from David Arnold's score for Quantum of Solace. The little piece that plays in the scene at Bregenz, Austria in the opera house, and they're watching Tosca, and kind of Bond and the Quantum Organization are having their kind of tete-a-tete, and then he runs off and sees Green in the lobby there and everything. Like that stuff kind of got lifted for the Inception soundtrack. But then again, Bond kind of followed suit. There's like a bit in Thomas Newman's score for Skyfall that pretty much lifts a moment from Baraka wholesale. So yeah, it all works out. Amazon sale list is completely foobar. All right, good. Good, I'm glad. Glad it's not just me. Oh, Michael Nyman. Dude, Michael Nyman's Gattaca score is freaking next level. That thing is... I've got that right over there. My soundtrack CDs are on that wall. I've been rocking those a lot lately. What did I listen to the other day? I cranked up Tom and Andy's Killing Zoe soundtrack. I did... what else did I fire up? I should walk over there and see. But yeah, so I did Killing Zoe. I think I did... damn. Man, now I can't think. And of course, yeah, Last Action Hero. I fired that up. Both Beavis and Butthead for the movie and the experience. Did those. The Crow, City of Angels. I hate the movie, but the soundtrack's got some good stuff on it. But there was some more score stuff I listened to. Road to Perdition. I fired that up. And I know there was a few others too. And then I fired up... Nine Inch Nails was giving away Ghosts 5 and 6, so I wanted to revisit the old Ghost set because it had been quite some time since I had listened to that, so that's almost a soundtrack. I do have some Nine Inch Nails in here too since the last time I showed you guys what I got, so yeah, I'll do that in a second. Let's see what's going on. Thinking of checking out The Lighthouse and the Witch. Yeah, I do like some Robert Eggers. Yeah, Clint Mansell has some really good stuff too. Yep. Yeah, High Rise, I got that on Blu-ray. I think I sold my DVD for some reason because I'm an idiot. I saw that a couple times. I think 2 or 3 times in the theater, and I should get it on Laserdisc. That shows up every once in a while. Yeah, Last Action Hero. I just got a Blu-ray that I got for like $2 at a flea market. So let's see if I can make any sense of this pile here. I think it's a mix of things I picked up and mix of things I watched. I know before the lockdown, I talked Nine Inch Nails, so I'll show you this. I finally, because I don't think I showed this in the last video, I finally got around to picking up from 2002. Holy crap. And all that could have been the live release. Of course, I've got the Blu-ray that came out after this, and this is one of those things I had meant to get for the longest time because I wanted, as I break the camera, but I wanted the DTS copy. And can I do that? Oh yeah, I think I turned off my autofocus because it annoys me. So sorry. But yeah, I wanted the DTS copy, and it was like never in stock whenever I'd go to buy this thing. So then almost 2 decades went by. So I finally saw somebody on eBay who had this thing that was pretty minty, and I figured, let's finally go for it. And then I watched it. I'm like, crap, this thing's not even formatted for 16:9 TVs. I realized like how damn long I waited to get this stupid thing. So it has the little plastic sheet thing there. All that fun stuff. So I grabbed that. It does sound great though. But next time, I should probably not wait so long and get it. But the Beside You in Time Blu-ray is like one of my favorites. It's really good. It's 4K remastered of The Crow. Sorry, I'm spitting now. I would definitely be down for that. The Crow, it's one of my favorites. I saw that 10 times in the theater. Don't tell anybody. High Sense, yeah, High Sense Posse. It's good stuff. It's good cheap stuff. Yeah, I've got The Crow on Blu-ray, and I've got that old 2-disc, kind of clamshell-ish DVD when that first came out, the collector's edition. Yep, there you go. Austin's got that. Picked that up at Circuit City the day it came out, and I was super psyched, and because it had extras. The Laserdisc reissues had like a little featurette kind of making of thing, but nothing like the 2-disc there. But I do have it on. I don't think I have the AC3 reissue on LD. I've got the original Prologic that I bought the weekend it came out because I pre-ordered it at Suncoast, and and that was the day I told this in other places about the difference between VHS and Laserdisc, and how everyone said Laserdisc was so expensive, but it's like only in comparison to sell-through tapes, and a lot of tapes weren't sell-through. So The Crow, I went to Suncoast to pre-order it, and I told them I wanted the Laserdisc, and they could order anything that was like an image, distribution catalog, and they were like, and it wasn't on their pre-order list, which was interesting, and they're like, yeah, that's like $89.95, and I'm like, the hell it is, unless it's a box set, in which case, game on. If it's a Criterion or something. And then it turned out to be, she was quoting me the VHS tape because it was priced for rental. So good stuff. Yeah, Laserdisc of The Crow. That's where it's at. I should probably get the Japanese one too, just for fun. Yep. Anyways, so, and Spencer will appreciate this. I never had this on DVD, and I found someone. It's got a notch on the back because it was next to nothing, but it was still sealed. A copy of Clash: West Way to the World. I figured I should probably get this. I've been doing so much Clash stuff lately, and I never did have a copy of this, so figured, yeah, let's get this. I love it. It's got a sticker on it that's like, it's got this big Sony Music on DVD video catalog. It's got a little hype sticker about how it plays on the PlayStation 2. Did I keep that? I did! Of course, it would help to have autofocus. But yeah, it's this whole like hype sticker thing, and then like PlayStation 2 compatible. Yeah. So yeah, Spencer should appreciate that. And this I didn't pick up, but when the lockdown went down. I figured the very first thing I would start my quarantine with was Slayer Live Intrusion. So I fired this up. I never did get the VHS. It's a shame there's not a Japanese laserdisc of this. There should have been by all rights, but good stuff. They do a killer cover of Witching Hour on here with Rob from Machine Head joining in. And then I promptly went into the... yes, I am still doing a Star Wars Definitive Collection video. That is in the works. It's just a little bigger than some of these other LD videos I've been dropping. So I got to get that going for sure. And I went into the Venture Brothers hole again and rewatched season 7 just because I haven't seen this season as many times as the older ones, and this is still absolutely my favorite show on television. And the commentary tracks are amazing, so I had to listen to those all over again. And the 2 seasons in which the show takes place in New York have been fantastic. And this is just so, in keeping with Venture Brothers, so thickly plotted, and the stupid ego case. It's just so thickly plotted and dense that it takes a couple of viewings to really get a feel for everything. Oh, apparently I just blew out your ears with that. Sorry about that. I apologize. And the Venture Brothers wormhole led me down to finally listening to Spencer and the guys and get freaking Johnny Quest from the Warner Archive. So I'm going to do a proper review on this. I mean, this is comfort food on Blu-ray right there, man. This was like the thing that kept me sane for those first couple days. And, not too much for bells and whistles. Pretty simple, but gorgeous stuff. I still am keeping the old DVD version just because, Johnny Quest. And Spencer needs to get all the Clash DVDs too, Yeah, the London Calling one for the 25th anniversary. There's a newer documentary out too, which I don't have. And a couple other things I gotta pick up. And there's some live stuff too. There's a lot of good live Clash on YouTube anyways. And let's see what else is going on. Shocked when I saw those Crow deleted scenes. Yeah, that was a good release. I was surprised too. Yep. Let's see. Definitive Collection 101, the truth versus the rumors, right? Yeah, I know. There's so much on either side. The Crow sequels is funny. I was so into the first Crow, and of course, hearing that they were looking to make sequels, I was pretty dead set against them. So I boycotted the Crow City of Angels, and then it didn't really seem like they had much of a vision for it anyways. Maybe if they had, I don't know, just kind of pulled something like really good out of the hat, or got some quality people involved, but it just seemed kind of cash in. And I did get to see it for free without supporting it when it came out on video, and I had a basket of rolled up tube socks that I got in front of me, and me and my buddy would just watch it and just throw socks at the TV. Because I was so against the Crow sequels. And then that's the only sequel film I watched. I never watched the one with Eddie Furlong. And I was actually surprised at myself when I saw the Mark Dacascos TV show, which is super low budget, and it's basically Charmed, but kind of with the Crow in it. But it did, I don't know, it did have enough, integrity at the heart of it that I actually didn't mind it as a TV show. It was pretty low budget, and obviously didn't have any of the violent energy and that kind of John Woo-esque energy that the Crow had. So it's definitely not a competitor for the original. But I was surprised. I did buy the DVD set when it came out against my own wishes. But I haven't gone beyond the second Crow movie though. Space Ghost series stuff. Nice. Excellent, Dr. Quest. You have followed my plan exactly. Oh, dude, yeah, I would definitely be down for a Johnny Quest soundtrack. I don't know why I have that. I don't have that. I like the that Saturday morning covers album they did where Reverend Horton Heat did a cover of the Johnny Quest soundtrack. He did a pretty good job too. Yeah, that digipack from the original DVDs at Quest is pretty good. But yeah, it is nice to see the difference. And let's see what else is going on. Yeah, trashing the Crow movies. Someday I'll show like all my Crow crap. I got a I got the like I was trying to find any kind of Crow related stuff when it first dropped. So I bought a ton of T-shirts and all that stuff and a tank top. I don't even wear tank tops because I mean I'm pretty ripped, but I don't wear tank tops. But I bought one because I saw it at the comic shop. And I bought there was a book, like the official kind of not souvenir book, but it was kind of almost like a souvenir book. And I got the press kit, one of the scripts, and the British quad poster, which is funny because it's darker than the bat on it, as if there's a competition. That was hanging. That might actually be in my show or my video intros. That's been hanging in my stairwell for the longest time. But yeah, I got a lot of Crow crap, and I got all the ticket stubs and all that stuff, of course, from the 10 times I saw it in the theaters on its initial run. Yeah, Crow Stairway to Heaven was like a Highlander TV show version of The Crow. It was low budget. Yeah, exactly, right? I thought it was going to be way crappier. Anyway, so yeah, talking about TV stuff, after I was doing the Johnny Quest stuff, I was like kind of digging through I've got a whole cabinet, just all of TV show DVDs and Blu-rays. And this is such a gorgeous set, and it had been a long time since I checked it out, but Peter Chung's Aeon Flux, which, I was a big Liquid Television fan, and which made me think I don't have the Max on DVD. I should probably get that. But this set in particular was really, really gorgeous. It's got 3 kind of digibooks housed in it, but it's got all sorts of kind of like purple foil inlays. It's got all sorts of raised embossed stuff going on there, but so good. But it's got the original Liquid Television bits, and even the kind of little digibooks are just sick looking. It's got all the original bits, and then it's got the show that actually had voices and everything like that came out after. A little note from Peter Chung. The weirdest stuff ever, man. It's funny, even just watching the show, which is the sellout moment because it has voices and stuff like that. It is so still out there and so weird and uncompromising. Really impressive. Like, I can't imagine getting a show like that greenlit, and then this one's pretty badass too. And just the colors and everything like that, the design. I think this dropped around the time the movie dropped, so they were kind of trying to cash in, and but so if there's anything you could say about the movie, at least it helped make this a possibility. Super nice set. I've not seen the Cube sequels. Maybe someday I'll check those out. Yeah. Crow Wicked Prayer is one of the worst movies ever made. Nice. And what else did I get? I don't know if I showed this before. To get the Target Knives Out. I didn't go 4K. I think there is a 4K, but I just got this guy because it was pretty cool. It has a Harlan Thrombey book in it, or his unfinished book, which is pretty cool. That guy's honking. So yeah, just pretty thin, but that was a cool little add-on. Other than that, I think it's the same Blu-ray. Fantastic movie. It was one of my favorites of 2019. Looking forward to rewatching that. In fact, we were going to have some friends over the weekend, the first weekend, when everything shut down, and we're like, oh, we're not. And what else did I get? Oh yeah, probably didn't. Maybe I had this in the last video. Of course, we were just talking about the Lighthouse. Got this release from Best Buy, which wasn't too expensive. Oh, sorry. That's a nice thing about these A24 movies. They're generally pretty cheap on Blu-ray. Of course, in the case of some of them, there's no 4Ks, but it took a while for The Witch to come out on 4K. But I can't complain. And of course, dropped a video on Uncut Gems. If you haven't seen it, you can check that out. So I got that sent to me from Lionsgate, and likewise, they sent me right before everything crapped the bed the Grudge redo, but the video hasn't actually been posted. Everything kind of fell apart, and I just started doing Laserdisc videos and all that stuff. So this one just kind of I talked about it on the radio, but not on the tube. But and did I not redeem this? I guess I didn't redeem this. Guess I better redeem that sucker. But some grudgeage. At least it's not an eco case. Sorry if those snaps are killing your ears. Wicked farts. Nice. Yeah, Liquid TV had some cool stuff. Oh, that's Freddie. I didn't even notice that was Freddie saying that. What's up, my friend? I saw you were live streaming earlier, but I didn't get a chance to check it out. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, man. This is the media room, and that's the Penguin. There's Alf right by me, and Buttercup right there. Yep, keep me company. Let's see, but yeah, Liquid TV. There were some that were I was kind of. They're usually the ones that weren't actually animated, because they used to do a lot of stuff where, like, if we stick some prosthetics on someone's head, it makes it animated. You're like, really? I don't know if it does. Or they would do some things that were like more puppetry kind of things, but it was a cool show. They had some really interesting things on there. It kind of made me think of the old days of watching Night Flight on USA Network and all that sort of stuff. But I got some tapes of those old Liquid TVs. I should watch those again. Anyways, where did we leave off? So after, I also grabbed, of course, Richard Stanley's The Color Out of Space. Yeah, it was like Nicolas Cage, Richard Stanley doing H.P. Lovecraft. Yes, must have. And unfortunately, it gets unfairly compared to Mandy a lot, just from the cosmic weirdness mixed with Nicolas Cage factor. But it is its own thing. Mandy's incredible, though. If you haven't seen it, nothing too crazy on the inside, but got that as well. Bam! And of course, got this sucker. I did I don't have it with me. I did the Disney Movie Club thing that came with the litho, the little baby litho. And back in the day, when you used to go to like the Disney store to order stuff, like you would get like lithographs, but now they're like that big. I did watch this like while I was editing the first night I got it, so it did look relatively good, but I'll have to like really assess it and crank up the audio. I'm sure everybody knows what these look like because everybody has them, but let's see. Eco cases, I'll get you. Jaws 4 does. I don't mind a little Jaws 4 occasionally. Like I don't know. I think I like Jaws 4 better than Jaws 3. Don't tell anybody. Except for the super fake shark, like kind of crashing in Jaws 3. But Jaws, 4's got Miss Brody. It's got Michael Caine. It's got some Van Peebles action stuff in there. It's not too bad. Jonathan's been watching some Stars movies. Yeah, converting 2.35 movies to 1.78. Yeah, that's... Yeah, as long as we have televisions that aren't as wide as 235, there's going to be some interesting changes. Though I do like that some directors have been putting it up a stink. In particular about, I think, was it Brian Helgeland? Was one of the people that's like, no, you're going to show me, because when stuff even comes on HBO or whatever, sometimes they would do, either pan and scan or a recomposed version, depending on how it was shot. And it definitely makes it a lot easier now that everything's pretty much Super 35 or some sort of larger frame, because everybody wants to have an IMAX version. So everything's got shot digitally with a huge sensor with tons of information that's like left over, so you can easily recompose the film if you want to. But yeah, so I know some directors have been like, well, it is 235, and I know Logan in particular was filmed with anamorphic lenses on digital, which is a trip. But the way the lenses kind of bend and breathe, and that's the look they wanted, and it's 235. So yeah, so some directors are kind of putting up a stink, and nowadays it's like, you got a freaking 16:9 TV, and the letterboxing bars aren't that drastic on 235 anymore. So is somebody really gonna kick up that much of a stink? So yeah, leave it in the theatrical ratio. Damn kids. Oh man. Hands up, you're always considering DMC. Just get a 20,000 Leagues Blu-ray and the media cancel like it's Columbia House all over again. I picked up, I don't know what got me into the DMC. It was a couple of years ago. And occasionally I'll get stuff. I mean, the shipping is bad, but not as bad as Columbia House was. Because at least, you can get a couple things and they don't charge you like $10 per item to ship like Columbia House used to do, or it was a little cheaper than that, but they would they would ship everything together and combine, but they wouldn't let you get charged for combined shipping. So DMC isn't too bad, but it is still that service that you have to opt out of it or you automatically buy it, which is it's pretty cheesy, because obviously they're hoping everybody will forget and then they'll be like, oh, I guess we own this now. So I'm usually trying to keep on top of that stuff. But I picked up some of the Marvel movies and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just like, all right, I guess I'll let them send me the 4K. And then now I don't have to worry about it, because now I can't go to Best Buy to pick it up. Tubi doesn't change the ratios. They showed 235 films. All see, all right, good on them. But yeah, I wouldn't want to get a pan scan, especially if I'm paying for it. But then again, I'm probably not going to pay for a digital copy anyways. But the Black Hole member exclusive. Yeah, they have some things every once in a while. They're like, it's a DMC exclusive, but bought a digital copy of Blade Runner Director's Cut and it was $69. Yeah, screw that. Yeah, no thanks. It's bad enough you got to pay for something that's like intangible, but then to have it not be the OAR on top of that, no thanks. Have I seen The Thief and the Cobbler? I have not. Animation's brilliant. You have to watch it all the way through. Got the LD, so it's on my mind. No, I should check that out for sure. Philips did make a 29 to 2. Yeah, I know 29 monitors were kind of a thing for a while. I don't know if Ilya's still on, but I know he had one. So I still certainly wouldn't mind getting a 2.35 to 1 screen, and a projector setup, either with a Panamorph lens or something like that. Some of the newer projectors are actually pretty good with being set up for those, and you can have a nice wide kind of fixed height screen and just change the width and kind of make it a little bit narrower when you're watching 1.85 to 1, and that would be the dream for sure. I would definitely like that. Let's see, Strictly Sega, what's up, my friend? You've been watching all the Tremor movies. Nice. I don't think I've seen past. I think I lie. I think I've seen the first 3. I don't think I've seen past that though, because there's like one where they went back to the Old West and all that. So it's mostly just Bert in the later ones, I think, right? But the early days of DVD were interesting. I gotta do some videos about that at one point. Anyways, yes, let me get back onto the last DVD things I got. Got Drunk History season 4 from Amazon, which is a great show. And sadly, though, they went Eco DVD case. Eco cases. Just a couple discs, but it's pretty cheap. I still need to get the season 3 like Amazon exclusive packaging. I haven't gotten that yet. But then my wife wanted to revisit Drunk History season 1, which is funny because she doesn't tolerate drunk people in any way, shape, or form, but she really enjoys the show. And I've seen, I think I got this at a Target when I was in Texas years back. It's got this, kind of book-like housing. And then the DVDs are just normal case, not an eco case. But so yeah, we've been tearing through those. I love that. Dave Grohl and Jack Black are in the episode about Elvis trying to get a DEA badge. And then what else did I get? Oh, I did get a. I don't think I've picked up too much music lately. Except for before the lockdown, I got a crap ton of vinyl. So, yeah, I didn't bring any of that up with me. But I did get from my buddy Eric. He hooked me up with a little Jester head figure from In Flames, which is pretty sweet. Comes with the box and a little certificate of authenticity with signatures and everything like that. I don't know how many they made. Does it say? Yeah, it doesn't say, but it's pretty cool. So I've got him up with my metal CDs and everything, garden and everything. So he's pretty cool. I'd put him over here, but yeah, you won't be able to see him. So yeah, maybe next time I'll grab all the vinyl and stuff I never got to show. Let me catch up here. I think I'm a little behind. Oh, Pete's in the house. What's up, my friend? How you doing? Yeah, I'm holding in there. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta do a video about, we were talking about the early DVD days, that transition from Laserdisc and VHS into DVD, where everything kind of like, and then turned into one path, basically. Really interesting period. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Universal Classic Horrors haven't been done in 4K. Oh, man. I gotta buy those again, huh? That would be pretty cool, though. I guess I can't complain about that. Let's see what else is happening. And 4K restoration of Akira. Yeah, one of these days I should get something higher resolution than my Laserdisc. I bought that Pioneer. I think it was a 2-disc Steelbook, which is actually pretty gorgeous, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I sold it. I just went back to watching my Laserdisc. It's funny. I just always watch that damn CLV Japanese Laserdisc. That's my go-to Akira moment. Film Nerd Jamie said, loved your Snapper Case show. Thanks. I was just flipping through past videos, and I was just kind of flashing back at how much fun that was. So I have to thank, I forgot even who it was that posted the original Snapper thread on Laserdisc Forever that started this whole thing. But Vinny from Laserdisc Forever definitely gets part of the credit for kind of spurring on this whole Snapper Case thing. That was a lot of fun. I had a good time with it. I wish I had more. I was going to do another video with Superbit and Divimax once. I wish I had more of both, but I got rid of some of mine. I still got to do that at some point. Drunk history is what a lot of us are living right now. That is for sure. People need to embrace the black bars. Yes. But yeah, so 4K Akira, if they came out and did a good job, I will definitely grab that. Oh yeah, I do have a secret stash of stuff coming from Europe too. That's all anime. So yeah, that might take a little while though. There's a lot going on. Yeah, but I forgot about that. So there's just not a LD box coming from Japan. Interestingly, I've got a lot of U.S. discs coming from Japan too, but yeah, and a lot of Japanese pressings too. Yes, so 4K Star Wars. All I got was the Skywalker one. I'm probably gonna pick up the Rogue One, and maybe Force Awakens, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna get the big box set and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm good with that. What's the Evil Dead Laserdisc situation like? I have the DVDs and BDs, but I wonder if there's a 4:3. Yeah, actually, I've got them all. If I wasn't clipped in, I'd go get them all for you. I was actually just thinking though, I do have to do an Evil Dead overview video. Evil Dead on Laserdisc. There's a decent amount of them. There's 2 Elite ones that came out later in the game that are very nice. There's the just the single disc one, which has the the blue graphic with the one with the arm on it, and that one's got That's the one with the 5.1 track. And then there is the box set, which also has that disc thrown in it as a bonus. But the box set has gold discs and that are in CAV, and that's just a nice box. And that's got that other second disc thrown in anyways, or actually it's a third disc in that case. That's a sweet box. So I definitely like those, and there are a handful of Japanese releases. There's the original Herald Videogram one, which is kind of lighting up LDF this weekend. Hayden Holmes over there posted it. That's the one with like the crazy kind of collage of images from the film, and it's got a little corner obi strip on it. But that one's the one that doesn't have some of the tweaks that Sam Raimi did to the film a little bit later. Just very, very minor stuff. And the color timing is completely different in that. It's very, very blue. So whether or not that's, it's a Japanese Laserdisc, which already has like a level of kind of fetishism like imbued in it for Western collectors. So on top of that, if you have like a different color timing, regardless if that color timing is correct or not, which I can't really say because I've never seen a proper 35 millimeter or 16 millimeter print of Evil Dead, I can't really say how true it is. So I do feel bad for Vinny Boncolari and all the guys that put all the effort into the Elite ones, because like how much effort was put into the purity of the film in the very early 80s, like that much maybe. And how much effort was put into the Elite ones, but nobody cares about the Elite ones. They only care about the one that nobody cared about. Yeah. So I don't know. I definitely have to do a video on that, but it's definitely worth picking up, that Herald Videogram. It's actually like kind of pulled out, like probably to the edges of the frames. So yeah, if you want like the most 4:3 bang for your buck, that's definitely a good one to get. I still think the Elite DVD I still love watching, and the Laserdisc is pretty much the same master as the DVD, and so that box is pretty killer. And yeah, it's also 4:3. So yeah, I don't like the 1.85 to 1. I think like if it is matted, I think 1.85 is too drastic, and it cuts off some of the jokes, like the Band-Aid, and the pool of blood down in the basement of the cabin and all that stuff. So then there's of course Evil Dead 2 has the red disc, which is worth picking up from Elite 2. But there's a few other decent, there's one American release, and then there's two I think Japanese releases of that too. But and they're fun. They all have different kind of cover art. So if you're an Evil Dead fan, I definitely recommend grabbing them all. They're not really too expensive, but Sebastian said, "Nice shirt." Thanks. Thanks, my friend. Let's see. Oh, damn. I think I went too far. Damn, I'm like way behind. All right, let me catch up here. Let's see. One Cut of the Dead. Thought it was really good. What I needed in my life right now. Oh, no. Nice. Yeah, LD ports. That was the name of the game of those early days of DVD for sure. Showtime had all 4 Lethal Weapons, 1.85 to 1. Picture looked crisp, but 4K UHD is kind of running. Super bit DVDs, no special features. All go to AV quality. Yeah, I got a decent amount of super bits back in the day. That was and I got that cool my wife bought me that cool triple one that came with I think Fifth Element and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or maybe it was Fifth Element. I think it was Fifth Element and Desperado. Yeah, were the other ones I think, but I think I still have those. All right, nice. Pete's still looking forward to the definitive collection video. Yeah, I'm still making it, I swear. Spencer had to halt the Euro purchases. Messed to get stuff overseas. Yep, no media books for you, buddy. Let's see. PAL Evil Dead? I know there's a German Army of Darkness, and I'm trying to think, there might be a German Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2. But I definitely know there's I think there's an Evil Dead 2. I don't have any of those, but I don't know, everybody just goes on about the Japanese one. So yeah, nobody really talks about the the PAL Evil Deads. It's all NTSC. So yeah, I don't have any personal experience with those, but I wouldn't mind picking up. Yeah, there's definitely a German Evil Dead too, because I can actually picture it's got like a weird kind of tone to the skull. You know, the skull with the eyes in it. It's kind of like almost salmon colored or something like that. So yeah, there is that, and there's Army of Darkness, at least one Army of Darkness. But yeah, I'm not sure about the first film. I'm tempted to fire up LDDB in another window and look that up. Maybe I'll do that in a bit. Video connoisseur finally got the Rad LD, and then yes, Vinegar Syndrome is releasing it in 4K. There's one of the jokes online is that there's, somebody out there has a box of sealed Rad LDs and has been selling them on all over the map in terms of pricing on eBay for a couple of years now, and we're saying like that guy's going to be like, oh man, what am I going to do with all these sealed Rad LDs now once the Vinegar Syndrome drops? Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any indicator Blu-rays. There's so much stuff, so many other imprints. I mean, I walk into the archive and I'm just staggered by the amount of stuff that's just here in the States. Like, that's always been just my reasoning for dragging my heels and getting a region-free Blu-ray player. Like, maybe if there was like something I desperately needed, then I would get it. And there might be something I desperately need. But it's just like the amount of stuff that's kick-ass and put out by boutiques in my region alone is like more than I could ever imagine getting. So like why do that to myself? To open up this whole other kind of, like, unless there's something specific I want to get. But yeah, and plus I'm super patient too. Like, I'm like, I'll wait, maybe Scream Factory or Arrow, I'll get it at some point. So I'm definitely cool with waiting for a little bit. But I did import Arrow's Shivers last year because the second printing is actually region free, even though it says it's not on the disc. But and it fixed some of the problems with the first pressing. And Christian Hannah Horror, shout outs to Christian Hannah Horror, great channel, pointed me out that they were selling it on Amazon for like $11 last October. So now it's like 30 something. But Rod's got 20 Superbit DVDs. Nice. Yeah, I know. Hunting for movies is so much fun, and just records. I like going record flipping, and now is just about time when the flea markets would be ramping up here in New England. So there's like a huge one up in Massachusetts to go to. Famous Japanese LD for Legend. I do have one of the 3 Japanese LDs. I got the one with the most gorgeous cover art, which is. And did I show it in the video? I don't know if I showed that in a video proper yet. I might have. But yeah, it's got the kind of like black borders in the top and bottom, and lots of gold embossed stuff going on there. And then, the picture of Tom Cruise and Mia Sara. Then there's the other version, which is more Tim Curry's Darkness, and there's a rental version variant of that, which I need to pick up. But at some point. Let's see. Yeah, Cheap Super. Who had Superbit on? This is either 4K80i. One of the Facebook groups. I think it was, I can't remember who posted that, but it was Panic Room. And I remember getting that too. And it's wafer thin. I just remember it just comes in this little kind of slip case. It was super thin. And then I ended up selling it when I got the Panic Room 3-disc special edition. But now I regret it because it's wafer thin. Why not keep it? Yeah, if Vinegar Syndrome did Kiss in the Phantom of the Park, that would be pretty badass. I am psyched for the day when the archive opens back up. Actually, yeah, if you guys are on Instagram, hold on, let me see if I can remember if it's just the archive sells or not. Let me look this up quick. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's the archive sells is the name of it, or some variation thereof. Let's see. Where is it? Sorry, pardon me. But they've been selling individual items from the store because obviously they're in the same state I am and were forced to shut down quite some time ago. And so what they've started to do is they set up a separate Instagram account. instead of Vinegar Syndrome in the archive. Damn, where the hell is it? And nope, not that. But they have like individual items that would normally be in the store, and it's first come first serve. And if you want it, you just say dibs and then PM them, and then they'll get it to you. And there's Dice Guy Papu, also on Instagram. You should follow him and his YouTube channel. Damn, where the hell are those guys? Let's see. What is Hollywood Laserdisc? Yeah, you should check out Hollywood Laserdisc too. Yeah, I can't find it. I shouldn't have even looked this up. It's either the archive cells or archive cells. Every time I fire this up, it's always like the first thing there, except for this time. So, let's see if I can find it quick. Dice Guy's got a lot of the Anderson tapes. But yeah, so they've got, still have, there it is. It's called the Archive CT _cells. So I was close-ish. So yeah, they've got a decent amount of stuff. They got posters, vinyl, VHS tapes, Blu-rays. Oh, why am I spinning? Oh, hopefully I didn't lose anything there. Probably I was hogging the bandwidth or something on my phone. But yeah, so the archive _CT cells or something like that. Whatever I said a minute ago. Check that out. Anyways, let's see. I don't have any new on DVDs. I do remember that. I don't, though. Let's see what else we got. Going on down here. Superbit DVDs. The crop widescreen DVD, the Evil Dead Book of the Dead. I did buy the one that came with the actual Book of the Dead, and my latex was Tom Sullivan Books of the Dead, because I got the one for Evil Dead 2 as well with the eyeball that when you press it and screams. I don't know if the eyeball screams anymore, but they're still in ridiculously good shape. I've seen other people's where the latex dried out and just kind of came off of the book, but yeah, mine still look pretty nice. But yeah, I have that version, but I never watch it because it just doesn't really work. But still, still fun to have. EdTV, damn, Signature Collection. That's when you're like reaching the dregs of the Signature Collection, when you got to get like what, For Richer or Poorer and EdTV. Austin's got an Image Robocop DVD from '97. It does look like an LD rip. Nice. Barbarella. I've got that on Laserdisc. Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while, but yeah, it definitely has some of the same DNA as Flash Gordon. Which, of course, if you're into Laserdisc and Flash Gordon, I dropped a video review of that recently. I got a few more to come. I don't want to tell you which ones I watched because I don't want to ruin it. But let's see. Yeah, Matrix LD. I still don't have the Matrix LD. Yeah, someday. There was a period when people in the Midwest in particular trip across them all the time, and apparently they're like always in like half-price books bins or like thrift stores in the Midwest. Over here, I've never seen one. I don't know anybody who has one, like except for people on the internet. So I've never seen one in person. There's this whole kind of like reflexive when people say things are rare, and there's people like, well, it's pretty common. Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, it's common in that it's something that enthusiasts want and will go out of their way to get. But yeah, I mean, I can't roll in, like, LDs in general aren't very common to find in the wild here. Finding a Matrix is like, unless you're in the Midwest apparently, where they're everywhere. Yeah, I've never seen one in person, so. So, I mean, there's like these levels of like rarity and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, speed is a common. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Like now it's like, well, if it's not the Limey or the Cell, it's a common. It's like, no, yeah, pump the brakes there, Edgar. Yeah, Barbarella is an acid trip of 60s pop art. Somebody was just riffing on, I think it was Venture Brothers was doing some Barbarella Yeah, there's one bit where there's like this big hallucinogenic bit towards the end of the season with Hank Venture, and there's all this stuff from Barbarella mixed in there, and they were kind of in the commentary track. They were talking about the WTF-ness of some of the stuff in there. Army of Darkness ending, my jam is the original director's cut, and I did explain it in the if you ever seen my Scream Factory Blu-ray review from years ago. I kind of explain why in that, mostly because I devoted so much of my youth to chasing down the director's cut ending. That it's got this real special like place in my heart. It's like it's the forbidden fruit. It's like, I don't know, like if you get the forbidden fruit, or you get the golden fleece, and someone's like, I just like this hoodie I got from Walmart better. You're like, I got the freaking golden fleece, and they're like, Walmart hoodie's pretty cozy. It's got like big it says college on it. That's cool. It's got a zipper. I'm like the golden fleece. So that's my reaction to other people liking the S-Mart ending. I mean, I can appreciate the S-Mart ending, but like I got a bootleg copy of the script before the movie came out, and of course it had the original ending. So when I went into the theaters, I was ready to see that, and I felt betrayed when the S-Mart. I'm like, this is not the ending, and the original ending I thought fit. With Ash, like in his character, like every time he succeeds, he fails, and I thought it kind of fit in nicely with the other two films. That like, yeah, he screwed up, and yeah, it's like a little bit of a stick it to him there at the end. So yeah, and I guess I can see the S-Mart one being uplifting as the culmination. He finally did something right for a change, but nah, I was too cynical at the time to like that one better. Particularly, I was all up in the original, and then when I finally got Captain Supermarket on Laserdisc from Laser Craze, and I watched it and over and over and over and over again, and made all my friends watch it. Like it's just too much of a thing not to love that one. So yes. Anyways, moving on. Sicario. I haven't watched other than Villeneuve stuff. Prior to Blade Runner 2049, I haven't gotten around to watching it. Even The Arrival, I still haven't gotten around to watching it. One of these days I'm going to watch it, but believe it or not, I still haven't seen Sicario. Which is funny because the guy I do a radio show with on Sunday nights in Connecticut, he hated everything. I think he liked The Arrival, but he hated Sicario. And he hated, what was the other one, Prisoners? He hated that too, so it was funny, and I always wanted to watch it just because sometimes I'm like, well, if he hated it that much, it's probably pretty good. So I got to check that out. So one of these days, I'll see them. They're on the list for sure. So yeah, Video Connoisseur's got one. Matrix, nice, excellent. I've got the Snapper Case DVD. Let's see what's going on down here. Yeah, bit rates. Yep. For Sicario. Yeah, I haven't seen the. Yeah. Need to buy a Japanese PS3. Ooh. Let's see what else. Yeah, I'm like way behind now. Ooh, Candyman Arrow box set. Region B. I got the Scream. Yeah, I was gonna get. I'm probably gonna grab a bunch of stuff from Scream Factory before the end of their sale. Candyman is definitely on my list. Let's see where I get up here. Let's see, a physical media guy like you started selling my digital codes online with me. They just expired, so I figured at least to get. Yeah, I used to give away before the digital codes when they would have the digital copy on a CD or DVD. Sorry. I would actually give that away to people. Because it was kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, Flash Gordon has a prima on Timothy Dalton. You know it, baby. Let me move on down here. But, yeah, I used to give that away because I'm like, they're just kind of obtrusive and I don't know. I guess I just didn't have the gear like needed to use them. But when Ultraviolet came out, I remember like the frothing hatred for Ultraviolet, and like how everyone was like, "This is horrible and it's the worst thing ever." But I was like, I can sign up for like Flickster or something like that, and actually redeem this stuff, and it's actually kind of handy. So it's been comical because, of course, my whole goal of collecting physical media is that, kind of pointing out that, digital, isn't something you own unless, maybe you have a rip of it or something like that. But, chances are maybe your drive's going to crap out eventually. Not to say that this stuff can't rot or anything like that. But yeah, the whole kind of goal of collecting this stuff is I have something tangible and it's always going to be here and everything. And there's just this whole idea of having a library that's given to me by a Hollywood studio or a bunch of Hollywood studios. I'm like, and then through some sort of like internet third party, like these things are fly by night. I was like, there's no way this company. And when I signed up for Flickster, I'm like I can see the writing on the wall. Like, this is not Netflix. This place is going to go out of business within 3 or 4 years. So it was like hilarious that like first Flickster, then Ultraviolet, like, yeah, every service. So I was actually surprised that everything has rolled, for movies anywhere, and it's gotten a little bit better now that it is, interacts with Vudu, it interacts with Amazon, so I can watch my crap wherever I go for the most part, which is pretty decent. But it has been pretty comical that it's been proving my point that, like, these companies that are helping deliver this stuff, like, I'm not counting on them being around for more than a year or two. So is my library going to be safe? And they lost a lot of my Game of Thrones seasons. I would have to like go get my code and re-redeem it because it would just kind of vaporize. So it's like, but I actually use them. So because I do know some people that sell them, and it helps kind of fund your Blu-ray purchasing. But I do use them. So I know a lot of people that don't. But so I've got a sick library in Movies Anywhere, Vudu, or Amazon, or whatever like that. But it's just kind of handy if I'm visiting somewhere else, maybe sometimes, or we'd watch stuff at work occasionally or something like that. It has come kind of handy. So, Mike was watching Flash Gordon on LD tonight. Nice. Even though I have the Blu-ray. No, good on you. Have you ever done a video of your rare LDs? I haven't actually done anything particular. I think I've shown this stuff. What would be kind of fun too is mix in not just rare stuff that's worth something, but the ones that aren't, because there's a neat little feature on the Laserdisc database that you can sort, do all sorts of different filters, and there's an option to show the unique titles in your collection, like the ones that absolutely nobody else has, and usually it's stuff that nobody would ever care. So it might be fun to mix in like the stuff that is legit rare that nobody else has, with the stuff that's like a little bit, later releases and stuff like that. I don't have a killer ton of late releases, but I got a few. I could do it. I got enough stuff I could probably throw down a video, and then just a couple like interesting things. So yeah, it's a cool idea actually. I will have to whip that together. But yeah, I never did get like full like late release fever, so thankfully. But I did, pick up a couple key titles. Like there's still like I would like to get the T2 Squeeze, AC3 or whatever, someday. But that's getting a little pricey nowadays. But I did just order a 1999 disc that's coming to me from Japan too. So not one that costs a ton of money though. But it is a nice one. Let's see, Flash. Yeah, classic stuff. I have to say I'm not like a huge Queen fan, but I mean, that stuff kicked my ass when I was a kid when I heard that for the first time, and pretty much all their stuff in that movie I really dug. Let's see, found weird rare stuff in New Zealand. Oh, do tell. No Sony Muse talk yet, but if you wait, eventually there'll be a Sony Muse picture Easter egg that'll show up on the TV behind me. So give it time. But now there's Sony Muse talk. Yes. My friend found American Assassin. Ooh, you know. I don't have When a Stranger Calls on Blu-ray. I watched that not too long ago, though. But, I saw a High Vision player go by. When was the last time I watched that? It might have been on demand or something, like, or on Prime or something like that. But yeah, it would be good to have on Blu-ray. Then there's When a Stranger Calls Again. Which, yeah, I think I saw that not too long ago, too. Yeah, Spencer should definitely do it. Yeah, do a rare vinyl video. I want to see that, because you got all those UK imports and stuff that I don't have. So I can live vicariously through your video. Flash Gordon was my first experience of having a film not live up to the poster art. That poster art is badass. But at least the stuff that's in the poster, like, is in the movie. As opposed to some of the stuff I picked up on VHS shelves from rental places in the 80s. So, and yeah, I don't have the My Bloody Valentine Shout Factory either. Yeah, I'm way behind at my Shout Factories, and of course, yeah, I haven't been able to, do any major reviews or anything, so they're not sending them to me anymore. Which is probably good, because I would have a backlog of things to get at. It gives me more time to do these crazy ass Laserdisc spotlights, so I'll get back into it at some point. Yeah, Blast from the Past is rare. Golden Age of Looney Tunes Volume 5 is a little pricey, but yeah, it is interesting how some of the costlier stuff is relatively easy-ish to find, at least online, and then some of the stuff that is not that expensive. Yeah, so it is funny how the kind of seas kind of royal and go all sorts of different directions. There's some really interesting, like, late releases that should be expensive but aren't. That's it. It is interesting seeing some of the titles that are starting to go up. Like, there used to be a joke that, like, Fight Club in particular was one of the later, PILF titles that everybody seemed to have, and it was always, for sale or something like that. But that one seems to have suddenly dried up and started to go up in price. So that one's, because when I got mine, it wasn't much more. It was probably around the same. I would have gotten it, because I did order it when it was released from CD Japan, and they canceled my order because, of course, there weren't enough copies, and they had to just, ditch it. But I think I ordered that in Ed Wood, which I did get. I got Ed Wood, but with the shipping and everything like that, so I think I probably paid what I would have paid back in 2000 when it was released. So it wasn't really that bad. But now it seems to be creeping up a little bit, and then I've noticed The World Is Not Enough is creeping up too. So I guess I'm glad I got those when I did. I should probably get any other late releases I want to get now before it's too late. Let's see what else has got going on down here. Yeah, Flash Gordon does have pretty Von Dalton. Yep, saw that. Yep. Yep, saw that. Sorry, I'm catching up with you guys. Bridget Fonda. That's another later release I want to get Simple Plan on Laserdisc with Bridget Fonda. Very cool flick with Danny Elfman score. Flashing things back to there you go. There's another Danny Elfman mention there. Done the Matrix. Would love to have it. Don't want to spend the dough. Yeah, no, I should probably get that before that gets too expensive. I wish it was a gatefold though. It's too bad. It's always sad when you get something like that and you're like, this should be even nicer than it is, but whatever. First DVD I ever bought was Clerks. Excellent. First rented was Deep Blue Sea. First DVD I bought was Austin Powers. Before I had a player, I got it at Media Play, Austin Powers International Man of Mystery, and figured then, I usually try and buy some sort of media before I have a player, and that way I figured, well, I have to get the player now. It kind of forces my hand, so that's what I did. Ooh, Curse of the Werewolf Blue from Shout Factory. I don't have that either. Cuber Glover 72. Daisuke Beppu mentioned your channel to me. He told me to subscribe to you. Yeah, he's Daisuke, if he's still out there right now. He's an amazing guy, and I first met him in Laserdisc Forever. He was talking about Criterion Laserdiscs and was showing cool variants and variations, like all the different Taxi Driver releases and things like art differences between like CAV and CLV releases and just different pressings and things like that. And we really kind of got into the weeds with some of the distinctions between like different pressings of like Shine and a couple other Criterion releases. And it was just so cool seeing his collection and hearing him talk about it. And then, yeah, I moved over to YouTube and started kind of expanding a little bit. And yeah, I've been glad to make his acquaintance and continue to kind of get to talk about film and everything like that. And we share some of our favorites. I loved his Big Trouble in Little China review he dropped recently, and of course, going through all the John Carpenter stuff. And I loved his Dario Argento series, and his Criterion closet he built is amazing. So yeah, I couldn't believe that he dropped that video. So anybody out there who loves physical media and classic films and Criterion and collecting, go check out Daisuke Babu's channel. He is the man. I need a little shout, scream, hammer discs. They're killing it with them better price here. Yeah, I know. I wish I had all the storage space and and money available. First DVD I bought was Chicken Run. I bought that on DVD. Bought that from Circuit City. I saw that in the theaters as well. Yeah. What else is going on down here? Did I go too far? Get Cartier. It's objectively Hodge's masterpiece. Flash is so entertaining. Yeah. Yeah. Flash is good stuff. Croupier is pretty damn good. But yeah, Get Carter is amazing. My first DVD was Apocalypse Now. Respect. Eric dropping it hard. Spencer's still looking for Twine. Yeah, I know. Like it's getting a little pricey. So maybe it's just a market fluctuation. Maybe it'll kind of creep down. But we'll see. Hopefully, we'll get you a copy. I'm gonna find you one someday. It's gonna happen. Let's see. Oh, Technodisc. We'll be talking Technodisc Star Wars. Did I miss that? Oh yeah, Video Connoisseur. Talking about the Technodisc. You got one. Excellent. Yeah, I know, right? Everybody on eBay is saying it's a Technodisc one. And, like people like clearly are having ones that like have the CBS Fox jackets. I'm like, you sure that's a Technodisc? Like unless you swap the discs. Yeah, very cool that you got one. Excellent. Good to hear. Yeah, it is so funny. And then there was a couple of guys like trying to hustle them for like $200 or something like that. There was something else recently that was like ridiculously expensive on eBay. Everyone was trying to sell for like $200 and $250, and I was like, really? Yeah, you sure about that? But that's the problem. Like once the word gets out about these kind of variants and things like that, someone's gonna try and cash in on it. Eric's still looking for a Technodisc. Yeah, there's a decent amount out there, and it's the other cool thing is like on the other side of making the video, like more information keeps kind of coming to light too. Like now we're finding that there's copies from 1994, because before it seemed like they were pressed in 1993, and then that was essentially it. But I'm seeing more people finding 1994 pressings, which is crazy. It's pretty cool because it's like even in between the definitive collection dropping and the faces coming out, they were still putting out Technodisc copies of the Fox Video one. It's pretty cool. Let's see, one sold on Yahoo Auction Japan. Big price though. Yeah, probably gonna more and more people are finding out about ways to get things on Yahoo auctions. It's gonna keep going up and up and up. There's still some good deals to be had on there for sure, but I know Peter just bought a really expensive C2EX on there for like what, $200. Wild man. Yeah, Fight Club went for $200, huh? Wow. Yeah, it's starting to go up there a little bit. Let's see. And Mike Hodges. Shout out to Mike Hodges. Yeah, I definitely got to check out that supernatural thriller, the Black Rainbow. I've never seen that, so I want to check that out now. Yeah, Fellini's Gordon. That would have been pretty interesting for sure. Broken LDS2 in SoCal for $250. Damn. Yeah, man. Yeah, those are very, very like kind of dense players, but it's not bad. I don't know if Meyer's LDS2 ever sold. He was selling one that had all the mods and everything like that, but his was like $750, something like that. $750, maybe $800 at the most. But And there was one guy who bought on LDF a really nice modded one not too long ago. That was like I think 8 or 850. So 250 is not bad, even if But there's the chance it's a doorstop, and then if it's beyond a kind of simple fix, who's gonna fix it? Every once in a while, Curtis Barron down in Virginia, like will work on someone's players. So I guess as time permits. So there is a chance, Though I know he when I was asking him some LDS1 questions, like that wasn't really like his bag. He was Grasshopper was more the guy that fixed LDS1s, but I have another LDS1 I actually need to look at. I'm hoping to get Bill DeLeo involved or something at some point, because I think there's probably something electrical going on. But who got the fight? Did Rod get the Fight Club? Surprised you don't have that already. But yeah, I would almost be tempted to get a broken LDS2 for that price. Rod did get the Fight Club. Nice. Excellent. It's a great disc. It's got a little bit of censoring, optical fogging over the penis flash. But yeah, it's a nice disc for sure. It's great. Great gatefold. Why did Criterion do Armageddon? Yeah, there was that interesting period when they were trying to branch out a little bit. I mean, I'm guessing probably some of the impetus behind the scenes was to do what record labels had been doing for years, and you get that one cash cow popular artist to kind of have all these udders hanging from that would then milk and feed all the kind of like stranger, less popular, obscure artists, and create a system like that. So I mean, I guess like fiscally it makes sense to get your fingers in the pie of Michael Bay movies, and because people are going to buy that special edition, not caring about the Criterion aspect of it. And that's happened before too with some other titles where instead of even coming out day and date with the straight release, it was the straight release, like Fincher's Curious Case of Benjamin Button and a few other times. So yeah, I guess it makes sense I guess it breaks the purity of the collection, but it makes sense as a company to have these these high profile Michael Bay movies selling like hotcakes, and then that'll keep you in funds to make some better, more obscure discs. But yeah, it's an interesting tightrope walk in that. I remember The Rock, even when they dropped that, some people were kind of raising eyebrows, like, really, what? This isn't the Criterion Collection? You sure about that? You want to think twice about that? And I remember when people freaked out when on DVD they dropped the Beastie Boys collection as part of like the Criterion Collection, because that was like really raising some hackles. Yeah, Dino apparently approached everyone, big name directors first of all. Yeah, David Lynch, Return of the Jedi. You have Dune by Fellini. It's a whole weird alternative universe out there somewhere. Dale Hardin comes out of the water fountain in the text Ming. Yep, Twine Charity search. It's happening someday. Ooh, Rod got Last Starfighter Signature Collection. I don't have that yet either. I've got the Blu-ray, but definitely wouldn't mind getting... Open Matt Ryan Cushing's here. What's up, my friend? Sorry, I'm a little bit late with comments. I'm trying to catch up. But yes, you have summoned me, and I am here. Yeah. CBS Fox LDs, Alien 1 and 2 part of their CBS at the Fly, Aliens on VHS, nice. Yeah, David Lynch doing Return of the Jedi would have been interesting. Then again, like, watch, like, he would have just done it, like, completely, like, gun for hire and did it straight. It would have been interesting. Cronenberg doing Jedi would have been interesting, too. Any kind of body horrors they could have worked in there. Like, I'm sure they could have found something really good. Palpatine played by Dennis Hopper. Nice. Ewok body horror. There you go. Let's see what else we got going on here. Small dwarf appears in the light, starts talking backwards to Vader, Luke, and Palpatine. Yeah, he did a little too much LDS. Yeah, Scanners 2 and 3 disc looks and sounds great. Recommend getting. Yeah, I've never seen any of the Scanner sequels. Of course, back in the day, I was like, "Good shot, Cronenberg. I'm not gonna watch it," but I could check it out. Yeah, LDS2 sold for almost 900. Yeah, the modded one. Yeah, that was the one. And then that was the one when Mahir came in. I was like, dude, I was selling mine like modded for like $7 or something for a month or two, and nobody wanted it. But that's how it goes in the groups. If you're part of the Laserdisc groups on Facebook, like, you can have everybody's grail or whatever and just roll in and sell it and just hear crickets. And then like a month later, some guy's like, I paid $12,000 for this copy of the Matrix, and you're like, I was selling one for $50 and nobody wanted it. Just how it goes. I saw Ryan has a little sale, so if you guys want some Laserdisc, you should go in there and check it out. I didn't even get to see what he had, but I'm sure it was tasty. He never lets the guys, his bros, in on the secret sales, like behind the scenes, like everybody else does. You gotta let us take all the good stuff before you put it out to pasture. Not that I was gonna buy anything, because I gave my Swedish buddy a ton of money for those anime discs, and then got a bunch of Japanese stuff coming too. So yay, laser discs. Dark Half. Yeah, Dark Half is that one? Is that one out of print or going out of print, or is that out of print already? I forgot. Scream's got their like whole little list of what's going out, part of their sale. So time to pick them up. Oh, Keith's got a pan and scan LD of Green Card. Nice. 30 seconds of Enya on the soundtrack. I, believe it or not, had LD of Green Card. I'm trying to remember if it was pan and scan or not, but I sold it. So sorry. It's gone. Cronenberg is having trouble getting funding. Well, I know he's got some movies I still haven't seen. But I mean, this side of Spider, his kind of filmmaking style has changed drastically. Though Spider is great, History of Violence is great, Eastern Promises is great, but I haven't seen Maps to the Stars, and there's a few that I haven't seen. So actually I have to get on the stick with the newer Cronenberg stuff. But it's a bummer you can't get, getting financing has always been like, tough. And it was cool that he was able to capitalize on all those Canadian, financing offers back in the day. I love his Cronenberg on Cronenberg book. There's probably an updated version, but I forgot when the one I bought. It was probably mid-90s. I got it from Borders Books and Music. They'll tell you how old it was. Really, really great book, though. It's cool and just inspirational, just how he was able to pull all this stuff together. Star Trek 4 quotes. John got DVL new in box for $100. That is good. DVLs in particular, it's just the curiosity factor of having a DVD player, duct tape into it, just always raises the price. So, and you can get them cheap every once in a while, but the resale value is pretty good on those suckers. Kyle is tempted by the player, yeah. Yeah, Ryan, Armageddon and The Rock are my favorite Criterion. Yep, someday they'll do those Andy Siderius Criterions, maybe. What are they? Ryan's got an AC3 mod and an S2. Just need to take it to Bill. Yeah, no, Bill needs to make himself available for all of our all of our soldering needs. Hopefully he's out there. Let's see. Just picked up another anime LD with the pit art a couple months ago. Now I'm up to 4. Nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of those are out there either, but it's a really cool concept, and it's pretty neat. Let's see what else he's got going on here. Oh, Submarine got an S2 for $700. No EC3 mod, yeah. But still, you can get it done. John has the Beastie Boys DVD. Nice. Respect. I just watched my Beastie Boys LD not too long ago. What the heck is the name of that one? Is that Skills to Pay the Bills? I'm trying to remember. But, yeah. It was good. I put together some furniture, and I had all music LDs going. Watch that, and Great Rock and Roll Swindle. I forgot what the other one was. Wonder where Tubi is sourcing their movies from. Some of the stuff like Blu-ray. Yeah, and it's funny how some of these Arrow and Scream Factory transfers end up getting in the hands of some of these people. This Japanese version of The Last Starfighter with the Obi pretty rare. Found one I don't know. I haven't really heard anybody talking about it as if it's rare, but yeah, just usually Last Starfighter, they're just trying to clamor over the signature collection. So I'm not sure if it's a killer deal or not. It seems a little pricey, but if it's rare, it's decent. But the Chrome Obi, I'm gonna have to look that one up though. Remember the Mallrats commentary they talked about? It's gonna be signature. Man, no, I would love a Mallrats signature collection LD, but yeah, I think that crapped out. That'd be pretty cool. I do have the Criterion Chasing Amy, and I do need Clerks on LD. I don't have Clerks on LD. But yeah, signature Mallrats would be baller. What was it like when you saw... Oh, that was going for Spencer. Oh, man. Armageddon. I saw it in the theaters, but there was like a group of people that went to go see it. And I was like, this looks crappy, but I'll go anyways. And I wasn't a fan. I won't lie. Daisuke talked about scanners. Yeah, I saw he had the Criterion Blu-ray. I saw the thumb, and I really have to check that out. I need to complete my Cronenberg Blu-ray collection and do a kind of walk through the entire thing. I've got most of his older stuff on Blu-ray. I got Fast Company from the archive not too long ago, so I got that. I got the import Arrow of Shivers. I got the Scream Factory Rabid. And then, of course, when Barnes & Noble had their sale the last time, the Criterion sale, I loaded up on scanners and Videodrome. I already had the Videodrome DVD, but I wanted to get the Blu-ray, of course. And the Naked Lunch I grabbed. And, so I need to get some stuff I have on DVD. And then I've got, Eastern Promises on Blu-ray. But I need to complete the Cronenberg collection for sure. I don't even have The Fly on Blu-ray, actually. I have to remember to get that. But I'm really intrigued to check out his scanners talk. I watched that Blu-ray not too long ago, and it's pretty cool. Nice extras on there as well, and looked fantastic. That movie really, came out. I was young-ish, so it made a real big impact on me. And it's impressive how just one of the most memorable scenes in the movie, happens so fast. It really just grabs you and takes you along for a ride. Yeah, awesome flick. And of course, it's got Patrick McGowan in it, so that's always a plus in my book because I'm a huge Prisoner fan. Let's see. Ryan's doing a bunch of comments. Oh, okay. I got a white Star Wars for you to review. Oh yeah, actually, I don't have that. So, and we were talking about that. Yeah, Dark Half is out of print from Scream Factory. All right, I should have bought that. Yeah, Cronenberg's Dead Zone. That one, I really like that a lot. But then again, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I really dug that, especially back in the day because there was a glut of mediocre Stephen King adaptations coming out, and then that one was one of the kind of shining points. Good stuff. Do I have the Nolan Batmans on 4K? I don't yet. In fact, that was one of the things I was toying with, the idea that one of the alternate sales on Amazon was like the buy two for 30 or whatever, and I was like, maybe I'll get some of the Nolans, but then I'll probably just get the collection of them all. I just got the Blu-rays, so I'll get them on 4K. Do I have any, did I steal anybody's digital codes of those? I don't think I did, so I guess I don't have them. Let's see. Strictly Sega watched La La Land last night. I've still not seen that film. Yeah. I remember it kind of had this moment, and then it had the backlash, and then now nobody really talks about it anymore. So, Monkey Shines, Scanners 2 and 3 are still in print. Yeah. Dark Knight is amazing on 4K. All right, good to hear. By the way, no commentary from Carpenter and Russell from the Escape from L.A. Blu-ray. Not even interviews. Interesting. I mean, any chance to get Carpenter and Russell together for a commentary, even though they fall off the rails usually in terms of discussing the actual content of the film, it's still a delight to hear those guys hanging out and chatting. So that's a bummer that nothing was. I'm still going to pick it up when it gets cheap enough, just because that's one of my least favorite Carpenter films. But of course I got it on Laserdisc, and I want to complete the as as many Carpenter Scream Factories as I can get my hands on, so I'll definitely pick that up. But it's a little pricey right now for me. But yeah, there was a few in the Scream Factory like going out of print soon that I want to grab. I think the last Vincent Price collection is going out of print. I already have that, but still kicking myself for never getting part 1. But that thing's going for like stupid amounts of money now. I should have got when I was at the archive and they had a used copy. It was pretty pricey, but it wasn't that bad compared to what it's going for now. I drove it across the country before I shipped. Nice. Cross-country drive. Let's see what else is going on here. Coaching sales are always great. Yeah. He's a good guy, I guess. Open Matt. Jonathan, like Maps of the Stars, okay. Cosmopolis, that was one of the ones I need to watch again. Yeah, I don't have Cosmopolis either. Lots of image stuff on Tubi as well. Interesting. A good deal on Last Starfighter. People go nuts on the signature because of the complete. Yeah, got to complete, man. History of Violence, Spider, and Existence. Yeah, Existence I saw theatrically, and I really liked it. And what was just an interesting film that strangely like got the feel of playing kind of like not adventure video games, but more like puzzle solving games and stuff. Kind of got a feel of that like imbued in it that was really interesting. It captured my attention, and I don't know if I was surprised because I pretty much gave Cronenberg the time of day, like regardless of if I thought I was interested in the story he was telling or not. But I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed it when I did see it, and it was a great presentation. I saw it in this cool art house theater in Hartford, Connecticut. That really did it right. Let's see what else is going on. Eastern Promises, though I did find that very man. The Eastern Promises bathhouse fight is amazing. it's amazing. It's just the whole vulnerability of fighting a couple leather-bound goons with knives, and you're completely stark naked like that. It's just the thought of that alone just like brings so much to the table, and just the execution of the fight. And Vigo crushed it. Great stuff. I haven't seen that in a while. That'd be a good one to rewatch. Get some stars on my knees. Full Moon's Lurking Fear. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time. But being a big Lovecraft fan, I was brought in by the cover art. That's a Full Moon staple. The amazing cover art, and sometimes it paid off. I really liked their Pit and the Pendulum with Lance Henriksen. That's still my favorite Full Moon. Lurking Fear, didn't quite deliver. But then again, I was extra, judgmental about it, being a big Lovecraft fan. So, you kind of got to bring the thunder if you're going to do a Lovecraft adaptation, or else I'm going to be grumpy old man on the street like, you didn't do it. You weren't faithful to the original text, or whatever. But there's some Lovecraftian inspired films that I have enjoyed, and there's some low budget Lovecraft stuff I dug. But I should revisit it again though. I might be down to check that out. Yes, I wish Criterion would do Crash. That would be nice. Redo that on Blu-ray. Yes, for sure. They should get their paws on that again. Let's see. Yeah, Cray Supercomputer. That was like back in the day. Me and my dad were always keeping track of the CG special effects for Tron and that. And we were like Cray Supercomputers. We were always talking about that in my household. To do the the Death Blossom and everything in Last Starfighter. I saw that a couple times in the theater. That was my jam. Let's see. Armageddon is the guy version of Deep Impact. Yeah, there was that period when there were two versions of every kind of style of story. Volcano and Dante's Peak and Deep Impact and Armageddon and all that stuff. What was the last time you went to a revival theater to see a certain film on 35? It was probably that same theater I was talking about in Hartford. I'm trying to remember the last thing I saw that was like a big revival. It's been a while, because a lot of the stuff I've seen is digital lately. A lot of the big kind of, bringing it back. Things that they've all been digital copies, which is a bummer. But yeah, I'm trying to think of the last thing. Yeah, Donnie Darko, I saw 35. What else? 2001 Space Odyssey, saw 70 millimeter. And then what else? What was the last thing? Yeah, it's funny like how rare, 35 comes around outside of the art house now. So, yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anything else that was a little bit more recent than that. But yeah, pretty much every time it's like either one of those TCM classics or the classic series that used to run at Cinemark before they axed it. They were all digital, but I swear there was something else 35. I'll think about that. Last time I saw Blade Runner, it was digital. Yeah, damn, I don't know. But yeah, there is an art house theater that shows 35 on the regular and 4K and whatever it can show whatever. So I know there's got to be something else. Dead Ringers, yes. I still need to get the box set, the Criterion box. I don't have that yet. I saw that in the theaters weekend it came out. Brought a couple friends, and they were freaked out by it. It was like seeing Blue Velvet in the cinemas too. It was great. Let's see. Oh man, every time I go down, it goes down like 5 rows. Damn it. I saw McClunky. Yeah, all right, Dead Ringers. Oh man, I'm way behind. Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up, but you guys are like already talking about something amazing down below. I don't know what it is yet. Keith watched 4K Star Wars New Hope last night. It's where they tweaked out the shootout again. Yeah, it's always they McClunkied it. There's always something new. Yeah, I don't even bother. Like I'm not gonna buy the big box set and all that stuff. So, there's 4K 77. I got my laser discs. I'm pretty much good until they do it right. Let's see. We're not talking Wizard of Oz, huh? Shock Treatment, dude. Yeah, I have not seen Shock Treatment in a while. I think the last time I saw it was either in HD or one of the other weird HD channels that were like a little bonus on Comcast, and they were showing Shock Treatment. I was like, dude, I remember the poster art for that, like being so cool. Like when it first came out. I haven't seen that in a couple of years now, probably like 10 years. Ryan has too many laser discs. Well, you're in the right place. You can, sell them to all these fine people, and they'll take them off your hands. Maybe not all of them, because I think you've got too many laser discs. Yeah, never mind. We can't solve your problem. So we're doing McClunky. Volcano was more intelligent. Volcano is fantastic because Tommy Lee Jones is a person who doesn't understand what magma is. So the script is really bad in Volcano. Like, the script is so creaky. Everything is so creaky. But yeah, he's just like, magma? What is magma? Like, really, Tommy Lee Jones? You don't know what magma is? Not enough vinegar syndrome. In your life? In your collection? Alright, we'll make that happen. I have not seen Tales from the Loop yet. It's always emblazoned at the top of my Amazon Prime every time I fire it up, and I have been wanting to check that out. I will see that. Am I a fan of John Waters films? Not big on them. A lot of people love them. Yeah, kind of hit or miss. Same thing. Like, I really dug Crybaby. Really dug Hairspray. I've only seen parts of Polyester in some of the older films. I enjoyed Serial Mom as well. I haven't seen Pecker. So I'm not like a diehard, but I met him once. He was a really cool guy. Got him to sign one of my John Waters books I bought. He's a fun guy, and he's got some cool stuff under his belt, film-wise. Yeah, for sure. But I'm not like a mega fan, but I can definitely roll with some John Waters. Yeah, let's see. Not a big musical fan, but Cabaret and All That Jazz. Yeah, All That Jazz. My wife's a big fan. Favorite musical? Damn. Yeah, Sweeney Todd. In terms of film musicals that weren't necessarily like an adaptation of anything in particular. I'm a sucker for Moulin Rouge. But yeah, Sweeney Todd might be tough to beat. That's probably up there. Yeah. I'm going to go with that for now. Watching Hellraiser 1, 2, and 2 is definitely Blu-ray rips. Pretty cool. They're not the Arrow transfer stuff. Yeah, SF Marine says La La Land grew on them. All right, cool. Need to get all those Vinegar Syndrome Rudy Ray Moore movies. Yeah. I've seen some. There's some Rudy Ray Moore stuff streaming, but I was surprised when I fired them up and I'm like, damn, they look pretty good because they were Vinegar Syndrome scans. Let's see. Spencer doesn't have Vincent Price Volume 3. Yeah, you and me both are stupid for not getting Volume 1. But yeah, someday the floor will drop and I'll pick up a copy. I never got the Nightbreed like $80 set either. It's impossible to find. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to make these decisions. Deer Hunter 4K, yes, that would be very nice as well. Read the first 5 volumes of Hellraiser Boom comic series, and honestly, it's the best Hellraiser since the first 2. Man, I remember getting the Hellraiser Epic comics when those dropped in, late 80s, early 90s, and I had a few of those, and I remember getting the Tapping the Vein series too. Really nice books, like in terms of, the binding and the color and, the quality of them, but I don't think I got too many of those Hellraisers. I should check those out again. But I should go region free, get all of Arrow's price releases. Oh God, didn't I talk about this before? I'm trying not to do that. Yeah, I definitely know that's an option that I'm trying to avoid. John, I wish it was in the U.S. for these 6 Laserdisc sales. Yeah, I mean there is a lot of. I mean, walking around, you don't find them that often, but I mean just to have them in the vicinity that can be shipped to you at a reasonable rate, there's a lot of stuff out there. So, and depending regionally where you are, you can find it like when you're out and about pretty easily. So, there's some good stuff. Craigslist in my area has been pretty. Obviously now it's dead, but before that, Craigslist and Marketplace were pretty crushed lately. But bummer. Have I watched Color? No, I still haven't watched Color Out of Space yet. Yeah, you know why? Because the night I was going to watch it, my wife hadn't seen Mandy yet, and she's like, I kind of want to see Mandy before I watch this. So we're like, all right. So we watched Mandy, and she absolutely loved it. And obviously, I was a big fan already. But yeah, she went nuts for it, and I really wanted to put a ton of distance between that revisiting Mandy and watching it. So now's a good time. I'm going to finally fire it up. Let's see what else is going on here. Definitely grab the Arrow Blue of American Werewolf in London. Yeah, Shock Treatment's kind of reality TV thing was, pretty cutting edge. Yeah, Rick Mayall, Barry Humphries, Jessica Harper. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird mess of a film, but it's pretty watchable. I mean, it's pretty entertaining. All right, I'm definitely down for American Werewolf Arrow release. I got it on Laserdisc. Oh, Mr. Tight White's in the house. What is up? How's it going? Just watch Rapid Fire. Respect. On Laser. I like it. Yeah, that's a nice one. Who's got Rapid Fire? Twilight Time's got Rapid Fire on sale right now on Blu-ray. I have to check that out. Damn, I'm still way behind. Oh well, it's cool. Cuber Lover's in Connecticut. Yeah, what's up? CT in the house. Have you been to the archive down in Bridgeport before the lockdown? I was chatting about that a little bit earlier. Great place. Let's see. Eric saw 2001 70mm in Chicago. Nice. Respect. See, Pulp Fiction 35. Yeah, that's a nice one. I saw Reservoir Dogs, because I never saw it in this original run. I only saw it in video for the first time. But I did see a 35 print of that later in the game. That was still over 10 years ago, but at that one theater in Hartford, which is great. Watched Bloodsport today for the first time. Nice, Jonathan. It is pretty 80s, man. That movie's just so much fun, though. It is so good. So cheesy and just, just the camaraderie between the main characters. And yeah, Bolo. It's awesome. Bloodsport's the shiznit. Yeah, 2010. Nice Blu-ray. Would be good. I'm still looking for the AC3 Laserdisc of that too. I've got the regular letterboxed one, but I saw that in the theater too. Back in the day, it was good stuff. I still have the It wasn't really like it was like a souvenir kind of fold out, like a 4-sheet kind of thing. I still have that. I should find that. Or maybe it's got a couple pages inside. I should dig that up. Spencer's was Little Caesar and Public Enemy. Nice. Yeah, everything's closed now. Let's see, looking for Deer Hunter 4K. Yep. Orca. Yeah, somebody was just watching. Who was just watching Orca? Crazy stuff. Most Peter Hyams films need good HD transfers. Good point. Kubrick lovers saw Blade Runner, the Alamo Draft House in Yonkers, Lawrence of Arabia, Toys and Theaters. Yeah, Cine Studio in Hartford, Connecticut has gotten 70mm prints of Lawrence of Arabia a couple times. First time was like, there was a Columbia anniversary screening series they did for like a couple weeks in a row, which was a crusher. I saw Close Encounters and Doctor Strangelove, and there was a few others on that run. It was badass, and yeah. But they've had Arabia again a couple times since then. Alpha Beta saw The Master in 70mm. Whoa. Before it got torn down and rebuilt. Wow. So Scanners at Alamo Draft House. Nice. Yeah. I heard Alamo was going to branch out even more. But, you know, who knows now. Let's see. First digital projected film I saw was Signs in London. I think the first digital I saw was Attack of the Clones. Yeah, it was. And I remember even seeing the trailer for Matrix Reloaded in digital. And it was just like, whoa, it's digital. It's happening. Yeah, so Attack of the Clones was mine. Joe Bob Briggs host showing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre at Alamo. That's pretty cool. Winchester 73, yeah, digital projection. Oh, John Jenkins met Richard O'Brien twice. Thanks, New Zealand. That's awesome. That's too cool. Mask of the Red Death 64 is a 4K restoration. Nice. I'm a fan of black metal. Yeah, I can roll old school. I can roll new school. Yeah, all the old Norwegian stuff. Even some of the more shoegazy American black metal. I can hang with some of that stuff. The hipster black metal. Yeah, I can kind of go anywhere. Even some of the symphonic stuff. The stuff that's a little more kind of sellout black metal. Yeah, all over the map on it. I'm down. Yeah, there was a really good. They kind of changed their tone a little bit, but there was a really good black metal band from Connecticut called Autolatry, and they kind of changed their vibe on the Thread album a little bit. But like their whole kind of concept was that like New England, it has like enough folklore and kind of like woodsy-ishness and all that stuff. It's kind of like when like different bands outside of Norway, like Druid and stuff like that, were kind of doing their own thing, like based on their region and the folklore and roots of it. So yeah, these guys were doing like the roots of New England as black metal. It was pretty cool. It's good stuff. They had a couple good CDs there. But yeah, I love some metal, and it doesn't matter. I love thrash metal, death metal, black metal. I can hang with some power metal, folk metal, pirate metal. Yeah, for the most part, I can roll with just about everything. And of course, trad, old school stuff too. Let's see what else is going on here. Happiness of Katakura is nice. That's a good one for musical too. Video Connoisseur is heading out. Hopefully I didn't miss you. I'm still catching up here. Thanks for joining in. Austin's got the Tapping the Vein books. Nice. Let's see. Let's see if I can catch up. Region freed my Blu-ray player to play Region B from Arrow. Yeah, I do miss the days when it was wicked easy to hack DVD players like all the time. Like, some of the Blu-ray players are a little bit more locked down. So it was just so cool, like getting that code and be like up, down, left, right. Jump, yeah. And then all of a sudden you can change your region and everything. My first was what the heck? It wasn't Oppo. It was Apex, I think was the name of the company. They had those Chinese players that they were selling at Circuit City, and you could hack them, and they would play any region. Yeah, it was great. But I've got a Sony I hacked and a Samsung I hacked, and it was so much fun. But yeah, my Blu-rays, yeah, I don't have any multi-region things, but I would like to get some Region B action going. Spencer's going to make me spend some money once I do. I think there should be at least a superhero that chops the heads off of Blu-ray enthusiasts. I do know an amazing comic artist that can probably make that happen. I don't know if he's still on the chat, but we need to get this Laserdisc superhero. I mean, he sounds pretty violent, though, so I don't know if he's more like an anti-hero, but either way, we need to get this going. Let's see. Yep, those Arrow Region B. Yep. Never been to the archive on Danbury. Oh, well, nice. When things get lifted again, take a trip over there. It's amazing. Yeah, when the doors are open. But yeah, Danbury. I used to go down to that area. My band used to play down. There used to be a place called The Room in. I always forget the name. It starts with the B. It's a town. Brookfield? Is it Brookfield? But yeah, there used to be a club that was kind of geared more towards like, you know, all ages, that sort of thing, and get the kids out there to play. But I played a couple shows there, and there used to be, I think it's Jerosa's Records. It was a great spot to go crate digging down there. But yeah, we would go to the mall in Danbury and promote down there a lot. So yeah, I used to go down that way. There was a few other good record stores I remember tripping across in the Danbury region. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been down there, though. But yeah, if you're ever in the mood for a trip to Bridgeport, I mean, everyone wants to go to Bridgeport. and we could leave the house again. Definitely check out the archive. Let's see, I have Nightbreed single release Cabal Cup Blu-ray. Yeah, I totally missed the boat when they were like selling that separate Cabal Cup Blu-ray, limited edition or whatever, but whatever. Sometimes I miss things. See, I want that Orca Blu-ray. Bo Derek. Orca is so great. I just love that whole idea that whale holding a grudge, like when it's like coming out of the water and giving the stink eye to Richard Harris or whatever. That's so good. Rod's looking for the AC320. I know, like the kind of like the Pandora's box is opened on the AC3 releases. There's enough people that are like, I want to get all these AC3 reissues now. Like before, everyone was just so focused on DTS that, you know, they could leave us alone to get like the AC3 Beetlejuice and other cool like reissues, but now it seems everybody wants them. So now I can't get my damn Lost Boys. And I want the letterbox AC3 2010 someday. AC3 2001 I almost got at one point. I should really pick that up. But yeah, part of the fun is the logos are either non-existent or they're really hard to find. But it's kind of cool once you know where they are. You know, I did finally get the AC3 Last of the Mohicans, you know, because from logo hunting. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, 2010 is. Yeah, I've found more copies of 2001 AC3, but 2010, yeah, I don't think I've seen that tripping across even on eBay that often. Closest I ever get to black metal was the Opeth CD where he sang in a normal voice, or Opeth even black metal. No, though it's funny because one of the many times I saw Opeth, Michael Okerfeldt was talking about how the Norwegian bands kind of thought Opeth's early stuff, you know, kind of like because of Necro Production or whatever, kind of thought they were black metal enough at heart that they were considered like kindred spirits. Like I've got the book. The Mayhem Diaries book with all the old fanzines from Norway, and there's, you know, coverage of Opeth in there as if they kind of were a black metal band. But no, yeah, they're more Swedish death metal, but very prog. And now they've gone, you know, farther more towards prog, and there's really not much death metal elements, anyways. Because yeah, Michael just pretty much does clean vocals exclusively now. Maybe a little bit of gruffness there, but when they play live, they still do the death metal tunes. But sadly, their last show before the lockdown in my area was in Worcester, Massachusetts, and that was one of the 2 shows that got canceled because Michael had like laryngitis, and obviously it's not getting rescheduled anytime soon. Rawhead Rex Kino is a fine release. Yes, I definitely have that. Yeah, Transmutations. Got to get those old disowned Clive stuff. Yeah, I was impressed. I had like Salome and all that stuff on the Arrow video, Scarlet Box and everything. Because I remember you could buy those separately and everything, like his old short films. So it's cool having those. Was it The Forbidden is the other one? So yeah, new metal. It's yeah, I'm supposed to be like, I don't like new metal because I'm a purist and stuff. But yeah, some of the old new metal bands, yeah, I can hang with some Korn. I can hang with, I guess Deftones is still considered new metal. Even some Slipknot or whatever like that. I mean, I know it's pretty much the antithesis of everything that metalheads stand for. But yeah, back in the day, I would rock some Korn. I won't deny it. I've seen them live like at least 3 or 4 times. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, some of the stuff like Traptor, that's kind of like where it falls down. But I mean, Slipknot had some pretty ripping tunes, so yeah, I can hang with it. Ross Robinson production and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's not as horrible as everyone wants it to be sometimes, but. Let's see, get a Pro modded BD player. Yeah, I've seen some of those sites that you can get them done. That's kind of what I did with my last DVD player I got. I got it from a site that was selling the Pro modded ones. I got a JVC all region one. It's a really nice player, still going strong. Keyboard Clever's got a Fender Squier Bullet Stratocaster, an Amplifone Les Paul Special Duo, and a MIDI keyboard. Nice. I've got I should show off my guitars. I've got my original Hondo Strat copy that I still have kicking around that I got in the early 80s. I've got a couple I've got that nylon string classical acoustic behind me, and then I've got a steel string acoustic over that way, and I've got 2 old left-handed Ibanez RG550s from the late 80s, probably 87. I've got those 2, and then I've got a 4-string Ibanez sound gear bass, and then I got a 6-string too. So that's pretty much the bulk of it. Oh, and I think I got an old Beat like fake P bass. I forgot who did that. It wasn't Hondo, but it was like another kind of like cheesy, not a bad bass though. It's like a fun little fake P bass. So I've got that somewhere. Yeah, the Cabal Cut's going for mad money. Yeah, I'm just like, I lost it. It's too bad. Maybe someday. Yeah, region 4. Yeah, but see, that was the cool thing about in the UK, it was just expected that the players had to be region free. I always thought that was cool. Yeah. But here, they're like, no way, man. Do my music on my channel with GarageBand on my Mac. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, that's the cool thing about the amount of things you can do on a computer just with tunes. Even my band, we do a lot of pre-production. We had a Pro Tools rig, and before we go into the studio, we will pre-produce the heck out of we'd have pretty much our album put together. Wasn't fully polished or anything like that, but it really gives you the chance to really know what you're doing before you go pay money to do it. So it was great. Let's see what else is going on. Spencer's checking out Parasite. Parasite's on Hulu. Yeah, Hulu's one of the things I don't have. I had it once, but I dropped out after the 2-month. Oh, Ryan's out. Sorry if I missed you. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Open Matt. Physical guys don't need Hulu. Yep. I had it for a little bit. Yes, Criterion is doing Parasite, so I'm holding off on buying the Blu-ray. I'm going to wait for that Criterion release for sure. Cuber Clover's No Stress Records. Haven't been there in ages. Yeah, the last time I went there was Record Store Day a couple of years ago, but I picked up some cool things there. It's weird that Korn is considered retro now. I know, right? Yeah, that first record came out in 1994? Yeah, and I remember seeing it in it's a record store in Enfield, Connecticut called Music Outlet. And I remember just seeing the cover, and I'm like, I'll check it out. I have no idea what this is. So I picked it up. This Basket Case, a 4:3 movie. I've got the Basket Case Arrow, which is, matted. So, I'm sure it was shot 4:3, but I'm sure it was matted theatrically somewhere. That's an interesting thing about, movies that were bigger on video than they were in cinemas. Like, some of them were shot by like legit DPs that had an eye for, the eventual cinema composition. And sometimes it was like, Sam Raimi's Evil Dead, where like he wasn't really paying attention to 1.85 to 1 compositions. So I'm pretty sure the one I watched was 1.85 to 1. It looked fine, but I don't have a 4:3 copy of Basket Case, but I'm sure it looks pretty good. Favorite Lovecraft story is tough. The Outsider is up there. Call of Cthulhu is like always one of my go-to favorites. But The Shadow over Innsmouth is also a favorite. And The Festival I like a lot. I love a lot of them. But, like for the bang for the buck, like The Outsider is like one of my favorites. But like in terms of like mythos, Call of Cthulhu is like untouchable. So those are my favorites. But I really do like The Festival too. I don't know. And Shadow over Innsmouth too. Ah, damn it. I don't know. And many more. Yeah, let's see. To go proper retro, use audio tapes. That's right. Veronica, no. It's funny. My friend who loves, bad movies, wang movies, and things like that. He's been dying to check out Veronica, and it is available to rent now. Amazon's got it, and everyone's saying it's basically the room of horror movies that Glenn Danzig put together. And I was watching some of the YouTube videos of the screenings, like the post screenings, because I heard he was like chastising some audiences for not taking it seriously enough. But I've seen the trailer, and it looks very much like any other amateur horror movie, like someone with a camcorder putting together. Definitely didn't look very polished. So I'm intrigued. I'm definitely going to pull the trigger on that soon. Kubrick Lover's got a Mustang, Fender Mustang. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I never did get a Fender amp. I always wanted. I used to have a PV Bandit 65, which sadly I got rid of. I should have kept that for sure. I've not pre-ordered the 4K Rad Blu-ray. It's funny. I always take that stuff for granted. Like anything Vinegar Syndrome does, I'm like, I'll just walk down there. Because like, not that it's that close to me, but like even when the slips sell out, like they've got slips. So like when I want to go get like Liquid Sky, like the slips were sold out or whatever, but they're like, we got something back, we'll get you. So I always just kind of slack on doing the Vinegar Syndrome pre-orders, because I'm just like, I can just go down there and get it. But I'll definitely have to grab one. To be shown Basket Case in 4:3. Yeah, I'm sure it plays well in 4:3, assuming the transfer was done well. So I'm sure. I don't know if any of the effects stuff. You're going to see like hands or anything like that in the frame without the mats, but I don't know. Basket Case is awesome. Speaking of metal, I've been rocking my dad's Heaven and Hell CD a couple times. Such an awesome album. Yeah, what's funny is the Dio era Sabbath stuff. Like I realized it was there when I was a kid, because obviously like Mob Rules was on the heavy metal soundtrack and everything. But it's weird. It just didn't seem very like I always heard the Ozzy era stuff like on the radio, and I was aware of Iron Man and Paranoid, and like all the hits. Like I knew pretty well in elementary school, but the Dio stuff just kind of like, Meanwhile, Ozzy's solo stuff I was also keenly aware of, but I just remember seeing like the Mob Rules artwork at the stores and stuff like that, but I just never remember hearing any of the tunes. And so I came at the Dio era well after knowing his solo material, and then realized, holy crap, this is good. Dehumanizer, Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules, and the Dio Years collection. It's all great stuff. And then the Heaven and Hell album. But that album is badass. It's really good stuff. I was really enjoying what the YouTube reaction channel Lost in Vegas. They did like once lockdown started, they did like a whole week of reactions to Black Sabbath videos, and they were starting to get into some of the Dio era stuff, and it was kicking their ass. I think they did Children of the Sea, and previously they had done Heaven and Hell, but so good. The Hunted 1995 Blu-ray is from the work print. Really? I'm intrigued about that. Strictly Sick. I remember buying Follow the Leader. Left to Lose, Slipknot, Subliminal versus Insignificant Other on cassette. Nice. I remember getting Follow the Leader on CD, and that was the one that had like 12 tracks of silence before it. So the first track was like track 13. I think that's how it worked. So you had to like wait for all those tracks to go by before you got to the first one. Sure. Let's see. Spencer checked out La La Land Records. Oh, they've got a sale too. 30% off, huh? Johnny Quest is on low stock. Oh no. Time to get one up. All right. I'm going to check that out. Stuart Gordon. Yeah, Stuart Gordon passed away. From Beyond a Reanimator. Yeah, I've got the Arrow Reanimator, obviously. And yeah, Scream Factory's got From Beyond out there. But yes, Stuart Gordon. Can't believe it. And then, yeah, I did that Dagon review, and it should be still kicking around in my channel's bowels somewhere. Yeah, Go-Go 13, the professional. I remember that. Yeah, I was way down with the Go-Go 13 back in the day. I haven't seen any of that stuff in quite some time, though. But yeah, like Lupin the Third and Go-Go 13 were like cool vintage anime stuff that I was into. I got a lot of anime stuff coming. I'm just psyched to get that whenever it gets here. Seen the 2 Reanimator films, Jeffrey Combs, etc. Yeah, the third one was actually not that bad. Like Beyond Reanimator, it was from that same kind of deal that Yuzna and Stuart Gordon struck with Spanish film financing, so that they would do these movies like Dagon and Beyond Reanimator over there. So it was like lots of Spanish actors, and so like the cast didn't understand each other, which is like cool. It just made me think of old Dario Argento stuff, where you'd have this multinational cast that didn't speak the same language. But yeah, Beyond Reanimator wasn't too shabby. I was surprised. It was pretty good. And then yeah, Beyond Bride Reanimator is great. And yeah, Castle Freak. Vinegar Syndrome or Arrow Transfer, which one does the best job? It depends. And Vinegar Syndrome has done transfers for Arrow before. And they do like work for hire, but they do pretty badass stuff. So got to hand it to those guys. But yeah, Arrow's got some good stuff, and they had their period like a while ago that was like a little dodgier, but they seem to be crushing it now. But yeah, Vinegar Syndrome sometimes will do like mercenary work, scanning for Arrow, which is pretty cool. But I gotta give it to those guys though, because they're local. I'm a little local centric. I gotta give it to the Vinegar guys. Very, very cool guys, and they do great. Sometimes at conventions they do great panels talking about their whole process and everything. So if you ever get to go to a convention again and see them, definitely check out one of their panels. Let's see. Never big on Dio, Arrow, Sabbath. It is a way different vibe than the Ozzy stuff for sure. But yeah, when I came at it after the fact, I was definitely impressed. It's weird. It's a lot kind of like brighter. It's far less doomy than the old vintage Ozzy stuff. So it's a lot kind of like brighter, and it's a different vibe, which maybe is even better, because it's not like it's comparable and you're like, I kind of wish Ozzy was singing this because it sounds like old Sabbath. So I kind of almost like that they went in a different direction. Still some killer riffs and stuff like that, but not like those deep, like killer Children of the Grave type riffs, or like Into the Void or anything like that. But it's some good stuff, yeah. And Ronnie's just got the pipes. Canadian YouTube friend streams just about every day and praises Vinegar Syndrome all the time. Yeah, man, they're really picking up in terms of awareness and buyer loyalty. So Aaron Penn, low slashes and giallos a lot. Nice. Yeah, there's I haven't even like touched the tip of the iceberg in terms of the amazing giallos out there, and it's great because there's always like an animal listed, and a number somewhere in the tip. There's so many good things. What was the one I saw? Bloodstained Butterfly was really cool that Arrow did that I had never heard of before. Arrow dropped it, and Arrow dropped a lot of nice giallo ones. I like those like gothic giallo ones too. They did like the Red Queen kills 7 times, and was it Evelyn comes out of the grave, or Ellen comes from? Yeah, those were really fun too. But yeah, I keep getting like I still have some other giallo I need gialli from Arrow I need to check out. But yeah, I barely touched the tip of the iceberg in that point. Watch Society completely blind. The only way to go. Yeah, Society. I need that Arrow, that killer artwork on it. I still have that. But yeah, they've got a lot of really good stuff. So yeah. Oh, Spencer's ratings: number 1 Warner Archive, 2 Arrow, 3 MOC Indicator, tie 4 Criterion, 5 Sony, 6 most other studios, 7 Kino, 8 Shout, 9 Universal, 10 Paramount. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure you'll check out some Vinegar Syndrome eventually. And yeah, I don't have any 88 films either. So many different imprints, and God bless them. I've got a few Twilight Times, not too many. But oh, Horatio's in the house. What's up? It's all good. Yeah, been going for a few hours now, but stop on by whenever you can. It's all good. Heavy Metal 1981 on Blu-ray. Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like to get a rot-free Laserdisc at some point too. Yeah, Shout used to catch a lot of, flack for, clumping grain and all sorts of things. But I've enjoyed a lot of my Shout releases. So, Aaron Loves Bloodstained Book Fire. Yeah, nice. I really like that movie. That was really impressive. I liked how it had courtroom elements to it, which is something I wasn't used to seeing in Jolly before. So it was a real cool change of pace. To have the criminal system. It's not just the one cop, and sometimes there's like a weird citizen that gets involved in the hunt as well. But yeah, it was cool to add the courtroom stuff in there. Some good twist stuff in there too. Really good, capable film. Let's see. Much praise for making a video. Oh, Kyle enjoyed the Joe versus the Volcano video. Shot anamorphic. Art direction is stunning. Yeah, the widescreen Laserdisc. I was really impressed that Warner put that out widescreen, and yeah, really enjoyed that film, and even more so, watching it again, and even just thinking about it after doing that video, it's creeping even up further in my estimation. Yeah, the Heavy Metal LD was one of the releases that Sony's plant in Indiana, Sony DADC USA, pressed in the 90s, and they had pretty poor quality control, and their stuff was prone for rotting. So it's definitely a high rider. Though I do know some people that have clean copies out there, so it is good. There's a good possibility of finding one myself someday. Let's see. 88 just did. Oh, John Woo's Heroes Shed No Tears in the new restoration. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I need to get some more old school John Woo stuff. And it's funny, some of my John Woo stuff I just have like piecemeal. Like some stuff I have on LD, some I have on VHS, some I have on DVD. Yeah, I really would like to get some more. There's multiple. I'd love to see like a really good Bullet in the Head one with all the, because there's so many kind of different versions and really long bits that are cut out of some other versions. So my Laserdisc of Bullet in the Head is pretty truncated compared to the DVD I have, but I know there's even longer versions, so that'd be good to have. But anyways, so yeah, some more John Woo for sure. Horatio just watched 12 Monkeys. Yeah. DTS HD, yeah. I do enjoy the Arrow release of 12 Monkeys, and of course I got the box set probably right around that Toy Story. Is it right next to? Oh, it might be by number. Maybe it might be over there somewhere. Yeah. But anyways, the Signature Collection, 12 Monkeys LD, I like a lot. I like the old Dolby surround version too that I got when it first came out. Kevin's in the house. What's up, my friend? Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, it's a great film, and the soundtrack I have too. Talking about the tango, really good stuff. And it's cool. It's got Earth Died Screaming by Tom Waits in there. Yeah, love that film. Fantastic. I don't have any Whitesnake CDs. Actually, do I have any LPs? I think my wife's got at least one or two on LP, but Whitesnake had some pretty crushing players in them from time to time, so I don't actually have any CDs though. But yeah, I'm definitely aware of a lot of their discography for sure. But yeah, definitely don't have any. Let's see, Dream Release, Better Tomorrow, The Killer, and Hard Boiled are all restored in 4K. Yeah, that would be tasty for sure. Arrow box set. That would be the kind of thing Arrow was doing with the the some of the other box sets they did, like Shinjuku Triad Society series, like those 3 in a box was amazing. Like a John Woo version, something like that would be fantastic. Heavy Metal 2000 on Blu-ray. I haven't seen Heavy Metal 2000 since probably like early 2000s. I think I even saw it on like Sci-Fi Channel or something like that the last time. But yeah, I always thought it was cool that was like Kevin Eastman was like the major force behind that. I was cool that he was such a heavy metal fan. He pretty much like made that happen. Yeah, I would definitely grab that on Blu-ray. Would love to see Captain Ron come to Blu-ray. I don't have Captain Ron on LD either, believe it or not. I used to see it on cable or something like that, but I don't know if I have a physical of Captain Ron. I don't think I do. ABT had a 4K restoration and said that the main Woo films have all been completed and perhaps Criterion may finally get them back. That would be delightful. I still don't have the CAV tri-gatefolds of The Killer or Hard Boiled yet either. Someday I got to pick those up. I do have the Hard Boiled DVD I got after it went out of print from Borders Books and Music. And it was a pretty reasonable price. And it was already when they were going for like decent coin online. And I was like, yep, I'll pick that up. But yeah, I never did get the laser. And I did buy, when I was buying bootleg VHS tapes of HK films from this guy in San Diego back in the day, I did buy a dub of Dupa on the VHS of the Criterion Laserdisc that he was selling. So I was a bad boy. I bought that. And then, of course, I've got The Killer, the HK pressing, signed to Nina, whoever Nina is, but thanks. John Woo signed it. So yeah, one of these days I got to grab that. And yeah, Better Tomorrow, I also had 1 and 2 on VHS dubs of the LDs. That was like the name of the game back in the day when I was collecting HK stuff. If you couldn't afford to get like Tai Sing's imports or go to like Tower Records or Laser Craze in Boston and get the imports, you could get because they were pretty pricey. You could, and sometimes they would split them into 2 to help with the rental market. Like I remember the original Drunken Master 2 was split into 2 separate discs that were available separately for like $80 a pop. So yeah, these guys would invest in them, probably rent them in their stores too, and then just run dupes of them all the time onto VHS and sell them online, and then lawbreakers like myself would come up and pick them up. Yeah, I don't know if she has slided in. I'll check. I'm going to check the Whitesnake repository later on. Do I have Highlander on Blu-ray? No, I don't have Highlander on Blu-ray. I think I just tap out on the DVD level. It's like LD and DVD for those. It'd be pretty good. I don't have It's Bad on Laserdisc, but I think I need it someday to complete my my pack collection. Didn't Quentin Tarantino do ghost script polishing on there? Yeah, we definitely have a Firehouse LP, I think, downstairs as well too. I'll have to look for that one as well when I go dig. I can do an LP video for sure. I want to do that, or at least a couple of them, because I got a bunch of metal, just regular like kind of rock and pop and stuff like that, and then huge soundtracks section. Not as big as Spencer probably, but Spencer also doesn't have the CAV killer. Slightly ding. Yeah, that's the problem with those trifolds. They're always beat. My trifold Criterion Dracula is pretty ratty. I would love to get a nicer copy of it, but yeah, it's all that huge spine just always gets all beat up and stuff. Yeah, your hardcore woo when you have the different commentaries from Criterion. Yes, and I have the one-star Lorber DVDs, and some of those I lucked into finding at flea markets. I used to have the old Lorber VHS copy of The Killer too that they put out. My first Killer was just taped off a cable. I think the movie channel was airing it one night in the 90s, and I was like, yes! And then I bought a Taiwanese DVD that's probably a bootleg of the original long cut, and it's got, like a lot of the HK Laserdiscs at the time, it's got the burned in white subtitles that of course get blown out whenever there's like great scenery or whatever, but the extra scenes don't have any subs, so which is pretty interesting. But I still have that too. And then yeah, I've got Hard Boiled and The Killer. Actually, I think Hard Boiled, I got is it the HK Legends or something? I don't know, something. It's got a different brand to it. It's not HK. Maybe it is HK Legends, something like that. Austin did snag The Last House on the Left era. All 3 cuts are on it. The R version is a weird watch. Yeah, for sure. That was an interesting time reviewing that, because it's like I've never done that much of a deep dive into The Last House on the Left before. So there was like an entire week where I was like living and breathing Last House on the Left, which is a weird place to be in. But the funny thing was my wife, who was like pretty much against Last House on the Left and not interested in watching the movie in any way, shape, or form, was really fascinated by the extras and all the documentaries on there, and just the whole kind of, filmmaking aspect of it, the do-it-yourself attitude of it really kind of captured her attention. So there you go. Last House on the Left. It's a good date movie. Maybe not. Ricio, still haven't watched La Jetée. Oh, that is fantastic. I got a couple of copies. I know Criterion ended up doing La Jetée, but my first copy I got was, I showed him one of these videos before, when DVD was kind of nascent. There was this series, I think Warner was behind it, but it was a series of like music video releases called Circuit, which I show some of those in my Snapper Case one, but then they had a short film series too, which was great. Now I've got the one with a pretty long making of Portrait of a Lady on there, and there's another one with Henry Rollins on it, which has a good like 12-minute like Henry Rollins performance piece on there. But yeah, they had like the original Hickenlooper Sling Blade, or some folks call it a Sling Blade. And then yeah, La Jetée was on one of those, and I watched it and was blown away, because the first time I saw it was the book that I forgot the name of the imprint that put it out, but because it's largely like there's like one image that moves a little bit, but it's largely just stills. Someone put the bulk of the still imagery into this beautiful like, kind of wide book, and I picked that up from City Lights bookstore in San Francisco when I was just walking by, and down in the basement they had a film section, and I found that there and was like, yep, that's gonna fit into my suitcase. So I grabbed that and I loved that, and I used to read it and look at the pictures. So I did, but I didn't see the film proper until that DVD came out, and still love it. I love 12 Monkeys and I love La Jetée. So great stuff. Austin says Highlighter looks great on Blu-ray. It shocked me. It's always looked crappy. Yeah, especially after that original THX quality DVD that came out. That was rough. Krug and Company cut is weird too. There's a lot of Krug cut out. Yeah. That movie's Last House on the Left is still such an interesting mix, man. Some of that music on there. Yeah, that was interesting because I got the CD too. Listen to all those jams. Some of it's just so jaunty and and upbeat. Counterpart to the the atrocities that are about to happen on the screen. Yeah, really intense stuff. Yeah, and then some of the kind of like wackier comical moments in the movie. It's like, what is this, like a crazy buddy cop movie? And so, yeah, so the tone is so weird. A friend of my dad would record widescreen laserdisc copies of the Bond films. Were nice. Yeah, I used to like making tapes. I had one of those RCA home theater 4-head VCRs, and before that I used to have a flying erase head, maybe NEC. The RCA didn't have a flying erase head, but it was good hi-fi stereo VCR. And I had my old Sony MDP 333 Laserdisc player, which is still right there, still working. Bought it in 1993. Anyways, I used to have that hooked up to it. And I used to like making because so many LDs had trailers on them. I used to like making trailer mixtapes on VHS for people. And I used to like the one guy in San Diego that I would buy bootlegs for. He would do that too, because if he bought like an hour and a half movie, like the Japanese cut of Hard Target, he would fill up the rest of it with like Scorsese short movies from the Criterion set and things like that. And so you never knew, and trailers for other movies that he was hoping to sell you probably, but you never knew it was going to be at the end of the tape. It was so cool. And like I got a Full Contact Ringo Lam's film, and then there's a Taiwanese release, I think, that had like more violence and it was uncut, but it didn't have subtitles. So he gave me the HK subtitled one, and then he put the extra scenes. He took the time to queue up all the extra scenes from the Taiwanese, and he just tacked them on at the end. So I used to love doing stuff like that. And of course, being able to copy, the T2 letterboxed, Aliens letterbox for people, The Abyss I copied for people, Army of Darkness, Captain Supermarket, the Japanese disc was a big one. I used to love it. And I wasn't selling them on the streets. I did like envy that guy in San Diego, and for a minute I thought I was going to be like, maybe I'll do that. I'll become a Laserdisc bootlegger, and I was going to start up this little thing called Video Jones, because you're jonesing for videos. It never really became a thing, but so I never broke the law, I swear. But it was an interesting time. It was cool being able to have like these things that no macrovision at all on Laserdisc, so you could just port and make some nice ones on VHS. But I actually had a friend I worked with who would he was into more like old like Shaw Brothers stuff and things like that, but he would go in on these bundles, because if you bought like 13 tapes from this dude in San Diego, like you got a discount for like a baker's dozen or something. So we would split the cost, and then like I would dupe the ones he would want, and then vice versa or whatever, and then I'd keep the originals and he'd just get copies or something, which he was cool with. But his dad still lived in Jamaica, so he would go down there, and he gave his dad like the list of all the movies I had on Laserdisc, and like all these killer letterbox movies and stuff. So he would come back with this list, and I would run like a big pile of movies and bring them down. And he said his dad would get so possessive of them that he'd keep them locked in a cabinet, and even his son couldn't, like the guy who brought them down and gave it to him, he couldn't access the LD boots that were locked away. So I was glad to be able to be a little bit of a pirate for a minute there. Yeah, that was fun stuff. I even I had a friend that had a backyard party for 4th of July weekend once with a pretty low grade, like data grade video projector, but he hung a sheet up, and I brought a VHS dub of the letterboxed T2 special edition with me, and we all watched it. It was fun as hell. It was a good time. So that was like one of the times when I was like, I need to get a video projector someday, and thankfully I got one. But that was great. Let's see, AVGN did a review on Mortal Kombat 2. So that was funny. I watched it. So bad it's good. I saw it not in theaters, but maybe on, must have been cable or something like that. I'll have to visit that again. How about a resurrection of Laser Discotheque and Spencer Rated Dice Gate? I am actually working on a couple ideas. I'm working on some crap. One, I'm finally getting a website, because I had a website for Laser Discotheque. I do want to get some more podcasting. I have a couple ideas for a couple different things that might work as podcasts. Others like specific things. So I might create a couple new shows or things like that. But it would be good to get Laser Discotheque again. For anybody who doesn't know, I used to do a podcast that only lived for 10 or 11 episodes with Sean Robert Gillette and Mookie Bod, who's just Mike Bod, but who were part of the Laserdisc Forever group on Facebook, and we would talk about not just like we would talk about like a particular movie that all three of us would watch, and we'd talk about like what we picked up and what we've been watching lately. But then we would also talk about the state of Laserdisc collecting and all the weird kind of things that happen and become quote unquote current events in collecting dead media. So it was a really fun podcast. But it fell apart, and we were going to relaunch it with Nick LaValle as the Moikey, which we never really got our schedules together enough to make that happen. So there is definitely, and the Laser Discotheque still hasn't fully, like every once in a while I'll talk with Moikey and he'll be like, yeah, someone else edits it, I might do it. So I definitely wouldn't count out the possibility of a sudden appearance of a Laser Discotheque. So I think I'm going to keep that podcast alive in the background for just those three guys, myself included. So if Sean and Moikey can get together or want to do it, like it's there, ready. It's the old car, from Grandpa's car in Lost Boys, just sitting in the garage waiting for a ride, or Mr. Miyagi's car. It's there. It's there when you need it. And so I think I'm going to let that simmer. But I do have an idea for another show that would be great for, like you were talking about, getting maybe like Daisuke on there and Spencer. I do have another show I think that would be like perfect along those lines. So I need to get that going. But anyways, the other thing I wanted to do was finally get a proper website, because I've got like an old crappy website for the radio show I do, but I want to get it. So I do. It's not up and running yet, but I'm going to have culturedogmedia.com. You can actually send me email though. You can email me at sam@culturedogmedia.com, and I can get that, because I had some interconnectivity issues with some of my other emails, and I really want to just have something that was just devoted to this. So I'm going to put the site together and get that going, and then also use that to have some podcasts as a host, and go from there. But yeah, the old Laser Discotheques are still, I think, all but one are on YouTube with visual aids, as Sean likes to say it, and you could still get them on the Libsyn Laser Discotheque page, and I'm guessing they're still kicking around in iTunes. But then there was another podcast named Laser Discotheque, go figure, that was totally different style. It was just two people that were watching a Laserdisc movie, so it was more about the movie than it was about the format. They just happened to be watching it on Laserdisc, so that was weird. But we kind of worked it dynamically behind the scenes, in terms of spelling and spacing and all that stuff. But I'm gonna keep it alive there in the background. Maybe we can bring it back for a fun, one-off or occasional thing or something like that. But I really want to get some more LD podcasting stuff going alongside that. So yeah, so I got the website. Probably gonna finally do a Patreon thing, get that going, and yeah, I mean, I don't really have any downtime now. I like to say with this downtime, I can focus on it, but I guess maybe I have a little bit of downtime because I'm not going out shopping for Laserdiscs and LPs and fun things like that. So I guess I'm in the house more. So yeah, so with this downtime, I'm gonna focus on actually making some of that happen. So, but no, I do have the site. I just have to put content on it. But yeah, you can email me now. So I actually changed that on the YouTube page as the official email contact. So if anybody needs to get in touch with me, send it to sam@culturedogmedia.com, and I'll write back and all that sort of stuff. And it won't get lost in the mix with all sorts of other stuff. Yeah. So let's see, what did I miss? Damn it, I'm behind already. Thought I was catch up. Ever see the Chuck Norris Karate Kid ripoff Sidekicks? Yeah, do I still? I think I sold the LD. I sold the LD. I had it on LD recently, but I sold it. Yes, I do have it. Classic stuff. Oh man, Pete left, but he's coming back. Austin's got the THX. I thought I was down at the bottom, but apparently I wasn't. Let's see what else is going on. I missed a lot of stuff here. I thought it was all caught up. Let's see. Oh, Keeper Clubber had to leave. Bummer. I don't have Cyborg on Laserdisc. I don't think. No, I don't. I should get it. Last House remake, okay. Yeah, the remake was. I mean, I like that it had Garrett Dillahunt in it. The cast was good, but it did pull the punches on one kind of major element of the film. But yeah, the original, it really does feel more like a snuff film or something. Like it's grosser, yeah, for sure. The remake was a little too polished, but yeah, I don't know. It was okay. I mean, yeah, the cast was definitely good, but yeah, Hong Kong Legends, that was it. Taiwanese extended cut bootlegs. All terms I first found out trying to see the Woo films. Major nostalgia. Nice. Major nostalgia. So yeah, so I lost Pete. Maybe he'll be back. And by the time I get to the bottom, he's probably already back. Let's see. Yeah, those Bond stuff, man. Yeah, Honor Majesty's Secret Service, man. I remember saw that and Panic Scan for so many times. Yeah, it wasn't until probably that DVD set that I saw in Letterboxd for the first time. Letterboxd VHS, postage stamp vision. Yeah, man, nothing but resolution. Let's see what else is going on down here. Short Cinema Journal 1, 2 has Logitech with Nicole Kidman on the cover. Yes. Yeah, I have that still. And that Portrait of a Lady short is really good. I remember being real fascinated with it. Just the intensity of the atmosphere on the set, and it was cool. It was really cool. I should revisit that. It's been a while since I watched that. So yes, I've got that one, and whichever one that had Rollins on the cover. I don't know if that was number 1 or if that was a later one. Has his whole search and destroy back tat there with the sun emblazoned on the front. Let's see. All right, sidekicks. Yep, we're getting rid of those Bond tapes. They were high quality. Nice. Yeah, that's cool stuff. I wish I had those. Instead, I was just rocking pan and scan or stuff I'd taped off of cable. That's pretty cool to happen. Shout out to Moiki. Yes. Sidekicks is awesome. Nice. I really need to track down THX Bond. Yeah, get those THX Bonds before they... everyone seems to be collecting those nowadays, so they're going to... the double disc ones are always like a little pricier anyway, so it took me a while to find Thunderball for a reasonable price, and Spy Who Loved Me, and I lucked into cheap ones of Thunderball and Moonraker. The other bummer too is that they're not gatefold, and they should be, and the jackets, like, they're nice and glossy, but they're not like that thick, and they're like, if they had the shrink on them for a while, like, there's definitely some stress fractures on there, or like some sort of bending or collapsing or crushing there. So it's like, it's really hard to find like minty copies of them for sure. But you can still get them. But yeah, they're a little pricey. Let's see. Jonathan, Bond on Blu-ray. Yeah, eventually 4K. Well, the Daniel Craig stuff, there's that 4K release, but yeah, eventually we'll get some more. Keith listened to Blaze of Discotheques. Nice. Yeah, that was a lot of fun doing that. We used to give Sean hell because like his audio was usually a hot mess, but but he made up for it in enthusiasm, so it worked out. 4Ks are on Prime now. Oh, all right. I might have to check those out. But yeah, I'll definitely be ponying up for some Bond UHDs for sure. But yeah, you can get the Blu-ray sets pretty cheap now. Yeah, they were pricey for a while there, but yeah, people are getting rid of them. Let's see. But yeah, so Laser Discotheque. The other one is, I think, going. I haven't checked in a while. Last I saw it was, but yeah, I should look into that and see if they're still doing anything, or if they've run out of Laserdisc to watch by now. So. But yeah, they didn't really ever talk about the format at all. It was just just talking about the movie. So that was it. I think they would like discuss. There wasn't like a running commentary. They'd like talk about it. They'd watch it and then like pause at the side break and then reconvene and catch up and then go. It would, I'm sure it was fun, but they were competitors. We had to hate them. Is Amazon allowing 4K streaming? Seems like they've been throttling to 720p. Oh, yeah, I haven't actually tried to 4K. The last thing I watched in 4K on there was Avengers, the first one. And that looked pretty damn good. So, but that was a while ago. So, yeah, maybe they are throttling now. DTSLD versions of GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies are amazeballs. They sound fantastic. GoldenEye is definitely, like, that's the benchmark, because the AC3 track is impressive as all get out, but the LFE track is too hot on it. So the DTS one is great. They're fantastic sounding, really, really good. And the transfers are great, and everything's awesome about them. And you still get bonus features on GoldenEye, which is nice. Yeah, and every once in a while the prices aren't bad on those, too. So, Kevin O'Toole, what is going on, man? I know this cat. I've been talking about a radio show I do occasionally, and Kevin O'Toole is the other culture dog on said show. So, what is up, my friend? Thanks for hanging out. Didn't even see you appearing there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, share y'all. I didn't say share y'all yet. Share y'all. Need to get a custom share y'all t-shirt. That'll be in the Patreon. But yeah, Spencer, obviously, big fan of the DTS-LDs as well. Got an old Panascan Goldfinger LD just for the jacket. Nice. Some of those old ones are time compressed too, which is even better. Yeah, GoldenEye DTS. You can find it. It's out there sometimes. Yeah, you can get up in price a little bit, but came in with a share of y'all. Got to get the share of y'all love. Share y'all. But yeah, I have to give Peter Biancardi thanks for hooking me up with the GoldenEye DTS. And I forgot who it was. Someone else on LDF hooked me up with Tomorrow Never Dies for like $25, which was really good. But yeah, Peter found GoldenEye for like $3 in a bin at the thrift store. So that was awesome. But yeah, GoldenEye DTS is, that's the benchmark really for LD. Of course, I have the Japanese one too, which is very nice. But that's just for completion's sake. And I have the French release, and I think the HK release too. Yeah. So I got lots of GoldenEyes. But definitely the GTS is like the go-to one. Sounds fantastic. Looks great. But yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies must have as well. Even though it's not THX, it might as well be in terms of picture quality. It's fantastic. So yeah, good stuff. And the other THX bonds, get them while you can before they shoot through the roof or whatever. So just go like the world is not enough and start raising the price. There's a couple of THX ports in Japan too, which were nice. It's really interesting because the Japanese ones have the poster art much like the 93 like letterbox releases that they were starting to release here in the States had. So yeah, like the Dr. No and From Russia with Love Japanese THX releases have that poster art like the US non-THX 1993 releases, and then Goldfinger in Japan, instead of a box set, they just had like a 2-disc special edition, which is like halfway in between the CLV version we have here and the CAV box set we have here. It's kind of like this weird little entity, and that does have the same artwork as the CLV THX over here. It's weird, but yeah. So if you really want to be THX Bond complete, you got to get those Japanese releases as well. Sorry to break it to you, because otherwise there'll be some guy on Laserdisc Forever going, "That's not complete. You don't have." There's always that guy. He's out there. Let's see. If you don't mind the subs, yeah. The and most of the subs are out of the picture, except for obviously the films that aren't scope, which are just a handful. But yeah, most of the 2.35:1 films. Though there are some where there's so much information. Like I swear, when I watched On Her Majesty's Secret Service, there was a couple times where the subs actually did intrude on the image because there was just so much dialogue going at certain points. But yeah, that set is nice. The thing I like about the even the rentals, but when they had those 90s releases, it's just they're all letterbox. Like here in the States, they had the ones with the Bond logo on the side, but when those were originally released, the non-scope films weren't letterboxed, and then later on they reissued those. But in Japan, like they were all letterboxed from the get-go, and that's like it's all concise, cohesive. It's got the same style of artwork throughout, all the way up to License to Kill. So I just like that set. Like I could live with that set. Just have those, and then have GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies and The World Is Not Enough after that, and good to go. If like I had to choose. And the rental ones are cool because they got gold discs, which is pretty neat. The only bummer is like no chapter stops on a lot of those, and but they also have LD graphics too, which is pretty cool. So if you want to layer over English on top of those Japanese subs for some reason, you could do that if you want to, if you have an LDG player or a decoder. I was one fighting on Laserdisc Forever. I forgot who it was. It posted they had a standalone LDG decoder, and it was real sexy looking, real sleek and cool looking. And somebody came on and was just like, "Nope, that's useless and stupid." And I'm like, that's part of the fun of collecting dead media, is get things that other people consider useless and stupid. But I thought it was a really cool device. I thought it was pretty neat. I've got LDG only in my LDS9. I think that's the only player I have that has it, but it's just not something I really need, but it's kind of fun. Missing Octopus to complete the white Bond set. It is a nice set, that the white one with the Bond logo on it. It's it's got a good like kind of style unity to it for sure. But yeah, and yeah, you can get all those widescreen bonds super cheap in Japan. Yeah, especially if you're on Yahoo auctions or something. Sometimes you can get a whole bunch. Kobos found me pretty much all the rental ones in one fell swoop. It's funny because the late great William Tuppence, I forgot how to pronounce his name correctly, from Laserdisc Forever, was shortly before he passed away, was showing his collection of the rental discs, and I was just like, those are sexy. And so I asked Kobos, the good squid, about it, and he found me the whole collection minus Goldfinger within like 2 days. I'm like, all right, I guess I got all the rentals now. So you can get them all pretty much in one fell swoop for the most part. Sometimes it's mix and match. You'll find some Panic Scan ones mixed in there, but they're gorgeous. Good times. So I guess I'll start winding down somewhat soon. It's been about 3 hours, right? Good times. Yeah, maybe I can actually squeeze in a flick before the end of the night. I got a couple other LD spotlight reviews. I've got one in editing bay. Nobody's watching, right? Yeah. Oh, no, there's a couple people here. But I'll spill the beans. I got a Back to the Future one that I'm editing right now. And I'll probably do all the films individually for the U.S. releases, and then I'll do a Japanese box set one eventually, too. It's funny how Back to the Future just seems to be cropping up, too, randomly lately. In terms of video. So, but I've had this one in for a little while. I ended up watching the Laserdisc like 2 or 3 times before I did the video. So I'm working on that, and then I've got a couple other ones. They're just random movies I happen to watch. Fistful of Dollars and The Craze, Peter Maddox film, which then led to Romeo's Bleeding, so I'll probably cover that too. And of course I'm working on that definitive collection. Freddie knows Back to the Future is the coolest. Yeah, it's that movie is just something I would like to do a commentary for at some point, just because of how detailed it is and how well structured it is, and how many great little nuggets of interesting bits of information are planted in that movie. Have I watched that Lawnmower Man set? I watched the Scream Factory one, like back in the day, because they sent me a screener of it. I watched the director's cut, I think, first, and then the director's cut is pretty much the same as it was on Laserdisc, where there's the elements where they spliced back in the added scenes, so the transfer, the color timing and stuff, like it kind of like looks a little different, which they warn you about, but it's not bad. It's pretty well implemented. I like all the extra stuff with Cybo Man and all that, and such a weird movie overall. Yeah, I saw that in the theaters, the theatrical cut, obviously, and it's like nothing like the Stephen King story, obviously, but it's got Pierce Brosnan kicking ass in there. He's such a hot mess in that movie. But yeah, I did enjoy the director's cut. I somehow never got the Laserdisc of the director's cut, so the first time seeing it was on the Shop Factory Blu-ray. It looked pretty nice. I enjoyed it. So, and the extra features, binged all that stuff too. So, yeah. I gotta... Let's see. Strictly Sega's filming some stuff. Nice. Most excellent. SF Marine's out. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Thanks for chilling and talking movies and stuff. Spencer's working on some Japanese bonds. Nice. Excellent. Jonathan was going to watch Conan the Destroyer on the CRT. Glad I found this. Go to bed early. Conan the Destroyer. That movie's so interesting in its structure, because like there's that whole section where it almost feels like the finale of a film, and I think I used to watch it randomly as it would appear on cable so often back in the day that the scene with the mirrors and everything like that, that always felt like the end of the movie, so it would always trip me out later when I would actually sit down and watch it properly, and I'd be like, wait, this isn't the end, like there's a whole other movie still happening after. So it's just so strange, and it doesn't hold a candle to the original, The Barbarian, but it's good stuff. Glad the director's cut looked the same. Preserves how I watch on VHS. Yeah, I didn't mind the little transitions and all that stuff, and the little change in look, but Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Definitely, and the commentary was on there. Though, yeah, Brett Leonard's such a weird dude. There was like something about him talking about his deceased wife and like how he like I don't know like kind of forced her to marry. I don't know, it seemed like a creepy weird situation. And there's like a commentary, like an older commentary from the laserdisc with them together. And there's just when he talks something about that relationship is weird. I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I don't know if it's like a Doc Antle kind of situation. Maybe like Brett Leonard is the Doc Antle of VR movies or something like that. I don't want to cast aspersions, but there was something strange about that. But it is interesting hearing them talk and like their dynamic. I don't know. It's weird. Listen to the commentary. I don't know. I might be on drugs, but I'm not. But I might be. Destroying Our DVD looked amazing. I think I used to have the Conan, like it had both films and like Destroyer was like non-anamorphic on there. And I remember watching that for one of my Crom Fests when I would have my buddies over in July, and we'd watch, maybe Red Sonja, but we definitely would watch Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer for sure. And then sometimes just branch off into Arnold-ness and watch like Running Man or Total Recall. But anyway, so we'd watch those for Crom Fest, and I remember firing it up and I'm like, this is like a Laserdisc. It's not anamorphically enhanced for my 69 projector. So I think I sold that DVD copy, but bummer. Conan the Librarian. Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? Classic. I'm gonna have a Twinkie Wiener sandwich now. Skip the Conans and all LD. Actually, I only have. I don't think I have them on LD either. So, Charlie was out. Peace out, my friend. I like that repetitive sound whenever Conan is smashing each and every mirror. Every single one must get destroyed. Yeah, we saw that was like the finale. Yeah, and then I'd be like, wait, still going? What's going on here? I was going to watch the DVD because I remember looking at good as well as that would probably be rocking good on a 4:3 CRT for sure. I had the DVD double feature. Was the uncut longer Conan 1 with the original mono commentary, and Blu-ray is messed up remix. Bummer. Lawnmower 2. Yeah, I never did see Lawnmower Man 2. Job's War, right? Is that the subtitle there? I'll have to check that out sometime. Yeah. Only put a slight dent into the haven't watched shelf. Yeah, the haven't watched shelf is a monster, man. There's always something in there. Brandon. Lives, but thanks for making these videos. I hope you keep them coming and damn full. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks for hanging out and checking it out. And yes, I definitely have a lot more stuff to go. Mentioned before, I've got a aspect ratio video, which is Laserdisc-centric, just about how to watch 4:3 Laserdiscs that were sometimes letterboxed within that 4:3 image, how to watch that on the 16:9 TV and make it work, that sort of thing. So it's a pretty huge video. I'm trying to keep it into one and not have to split it up like I did with the audio series I did. At most, it would be 2 videos, but I'm trying to keep it all concise into one. But yeah, I've got the definitive collection Star Wars video coming, and I've got a Terminator one, which I just ordered the one of the Japanese ones to kind of complete the collection, just so I can compare and contrast every possible version of Terminator. Everyone focuses on T2, so I really wanted to do one that focused on the first film. So I got that coming as well, and then a couple other random spotlight videos. So it's been really fun doing the spotlight videos, because it's cool to do the ones that are the big fan favorites that everybody wants to see, but it's cool also to just talk about something I grab off the shelf because I'm feeling it that night, like Brain Scan or Flash Gordon or Joe versus the Volcano. And it's been fun hearing everybody's thoughts on those films and just seeing how beloved Joe versus the Volcano is now, which is really cool, because back in the day you kind of felt like an outsider talking about that movie, but now it got a lot of great attention. And Flash Gordon, of course, brings out the awesome in everybody. Everyone wants to talk about Flash, and Brain Scan's got its fans too. So that was really cool. It was good times. Verhoeven, I've got to definitely do some more of his films and do some laser spotlights on those too. Mangler is a good Blu-ray release. Man, I haven't seen a Mangler in a dog's age. Be some good stuff. I prefer John prefers the original Terminator T2. Yeah, I don't know if I had to choose one. It might be tough. Terminator is so impressive in terms of how efficient it is and how it never lets the budget like get the better of it. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say some of the stop motion stuff isn't that convincing nowadays, but there was like the epitome of that idea that I love of like low budget, high concept, and I just like how it. I love how it works as almost as a slasher movie as much as a sci-fi movie, and just the structure of it and the characters and like what each character knows or doesn't know and how that all kind of comes to be, and and it gets to show a little bit of the character growth of Sarah Connor becoming the character from T2. So that journey is really fascinating. But I just love the amount of effort put into getting across all this cool concept, but not in a clunky way, not in like, the way of, all expository dialogue or, even in The Matrix, like where, a character that lives and breathes hacking and is just like wrapped up in tech all the time has a conversation with another guy who mentions AI, and he has to pause for a moment and say artificial intelligence. Like, yeah, no, you guys would just speak in shorthand. You would not say artificial intelligence. It's like if you guys were like, hey, did you get that new LD? I'd be like, laser disc. Not happening. So that was like the cool thing about like Terminator. Like it wasn't clunky exposition, and like Michael Biehn like had to deliver so much information, but do it convincingly, and like just the way it was written was so great. I love it. I love it. Like I love the roller coaster ride on it. I like the the journey of Sarah Connor, how from her perspective that this could all be craziness, and I love how there's that like kind of turning point at the police station where she got through some dangerous moments, but still it could just be psychos. It could be just psychos after you, and there's that whole like turning point right before I'll Be Back happens, where it's like maybe she can go back to her life that she started there, like maybe this is just all insanity, and Paul Winfield and Lance Henriksen are right. I love that. I like just that, and it just turns the other way, and nope, man, you're going down a dark road now. Such a great film. It's just so well constructed and executed, fantastic. So I'm looking forward to putting that video out there. But yeah, that's the thing. The T1 stop motion it's got that charm to it. I know Roger Ebert talked about it in his admiration for Dark City, and especially in his commentary track on the old DVD. I think that got ported over on the Blu-ray. But he was talking about how some of the special effects in there didn't look necessarily photorealistic, but the style of them was so cool that it didn't matter that they weren't photorealistic. And that was like the cool thing about the Terminator stop motion. It was just so striking and great looking. Like it didn't matter if it wasn't CG quality. It was great. And same thing with RoboCop. With Ed. It's just so cool. I love that old stop motion, man. THX reissue LD is nice. The only problem is that it does tend to have some rot sometimes, and I do have a copy that's got a little bit of speckling, but still, if you watch it on the right player, it pretty much cleans up to just about nothing. But Jean Denis saying T1 tight script, camera never filmed. Yeah, practically flawless writing. Yeah, and even watching it now, like you're like, damn, man, you could tell he put a lot of time into that. And of course, up and coming, coming out of Corman's camp, working on films, but like this was his his baby. This was his moment. You could tell he put a lot of late nights really crafting that story, putting it together, and it just kind of blows my mind more now thinking back on it. Like that's so awesome that he put that much effort into it, and just compare that to so many other either straight to video movies or films that came in the wake of Terminator with people trying to cash in on that style. Other low budget movies where people just they don't put that much effort into it, and you're like, yeah, maybe that could have been a Terminator, if you had just put the work in. The first letterbox cop in the older 133 disc, first widescreen. Yeah, the widescreen is grungy, which is interesting because it's really got like almost the old VHS feel, but it's widescreen, so it's like really this kind of like 1 foot in Laserdisc, 1 foot in VHS thing. So if you really want to have like the kind of nostalgic feel of maybe the way you saw it on VHS or on cable, but you want it on Laserdisc in letterbox, like it's cool. It's like it's like a little bit better, but it still has that feel. And yeah, it's real kind of blown out, like a lot of the weights and stuff like that. But the THX is very nice looking, very good. And of course, it's got the old sound effects and everything like that, unlike the the 5.1 redo that they put out. That old mono, you can hear the the gunshots as they were meant to be heard and all that stuff. Outer Limits episodes. Yep. Yeah, I was at Soldier and Demo with the Glass Hand. Yep. As someone who lived in the pre-T2 world, the OG Terminator was amazing and my favorite. Yeah, I mean, like my dad and myself were completely blown away, and went to go see it. And when it came to the 99-cent theater runs later on, it was just and too just how kind of dreary it is in terms of, it's kind of heavy. It's a heavy movie, and so for this like action movie, it's not really a feel great action movie. It's some characters have some pretty dark roads they're on, and even in terms of success and victory, like it's still pretty melancholic, and it's a really interesting movie to it's not like seeing something like Cobra or whatever, or any other Arnold movies where you come out and you're like, it's like it did kick ass, but it was also pretty deep and dark, and it was a fun movie to go see like over and over again in theaters for sure. But I just loved how it had that real kind of dreary undertone, the nuclear threat hanging over everything, and fantastic. The two detectives in T1, just Paul Winfield and Lance Henriksen, just the back and forth and everything like that was fantastic. Spencer, also a fan. Excellent. Yeah, borrow some ideas, but for sure. Much like Richard Stanley's Hardware, might have borrowed a little bit from 2000 AD. I also love that film too, and it keeps getting better as I watch it over the years. So, but I will definitely, all this Terminator 1 love, I will definitely not kick Terminator 2 out of bed. It's for the ride it is. I do love it, and of course saw that multiple times in the theater, and have some lovely memories of seeing that in the theater, especially the opening weekend. It's fantastic. But Eric said there are only 2 Terminator. I still have not seen Dark Fate. There have definitely been diminishing returns. I watched 3, and there are elements of 3 that was interesting. I love that they went for a wacky ending like they did, or not wacky, but like intense. But it's like it doesn't really sit in with the other. None of those like actually kind of sit next to the Cameron films for me. They're just interesting. They're almost like fan movies, I guess. They are interesting in their own right, and Salvation had some cool stuff in it. But like I don't actually see them as Terminator movies. Like it's like they're in the same kind of universe-ish, and I don't mind them. Genesis was like, the more they try to connect them to the original, like it almost pushes me away more. So when they're like, this is the real one that's really connected to the original, I'm like, no it's not. Don't even try. So I don't know. I don't mind elements of 3 and 4, but Dark Fate just didn't really. It looked so like there was nothing I saw in the trailer that was just like desert highway, and some stuff happens with like 2 vehicles on a desert highway. That's like all I got from that movie. Like, is there anything more going on? I guess I have to watch it. I don't know. We'll see. But if you watch the Driving Delirium Blu-ray Terminator trailer, it just stands out amongst all the other 80s crap on there. Nice. Yes, so many movies were like, Well, we could do that. James Cameron can do that. I can do that. I know you, sir, and you are no James. I know James Cameron, and you are no James Cameron. You cannot do that. The War Flash. I know, right? I know. Like you, Kyle Reese's character is like, it's got a lot of that La Jetée in it. You know, I love that element of, you know, being sent back in time, and there's that threat of becoming addicted to the time you're sent in, because it's like he comes from this thankless time, and he's back here like hanging out with Sarah Connor, and it's like, yeah, you might be, you know, you might be tempted to actually not do your job and you know, just go try and find a house somewhere and, you know, live out these days before the apocalypse happens. And I just love those transitions, you know, him in the car outside the construction site, and it's just so seamless and so impressive, so good. And I love Cameron did the whole you know, projection, you know, like, and nobody else could do rear projection, front projection, any of those kind of styles. Like, it would always just look super hokey, but he would always do it great. There would be layers, like there would be like a back projection element, but that there would be other elements placed in between it that kind of gave it this depth that made it work, even though like your eyes like, well, that's kind of hokey or kind of fake, but there was this element of cool to it that really worked. And he did like driving scenes in T2 like nobody else did. Like it like really worked. Yeah, he just like, and it was like low rent essentially effects, but he took the time to do it with a level of artistry that yeah, nobody else really cared about, I guess. But yeah, I love those Terminator flashbacks for sure. Yeah, the 5.1 T1 doesn't have that screaming. The 5.1 is weird, man. It's just weird in general hearing that movie, and you've got that like muscle memory in your ears of like what's supposed to accompany certain sounds in certain parts of the film, and just hearing that rebuilt 5.1 mix is just like, whoa, that is pretty strange. But yeah, good stuff. Zach's heading out. Thanks for hanging for a little bit. Yeah, the ending of T3 was like, I was like, ooh, all right, that's got some balls to it, and I like that. There's some other parts in the path along the way that I was just like, I'm not sure, but it has moments. It has moments for sure. Cyborg is a fun Terminator semi ripoff, Mad Max ripoff in one. Nice, yeah. Gotta love Gruner's Nemesis. That's classic. I mean, even HK Films' Heroic Trio has a great ripoff of the stop motion Terminator skeleton in one bit. You're like, all right, somebody saw Terminator. But yeah, so influential. So it's funny, I got in a couple heated discussions. Yeah, I did a bunch of 80s top 10 lists, and yeah, I cheated just for fun. Yeah, because I just made so many different topics, and so that I could pretty much try and include all my favorite 80s crap. So I would try and like break it out as far spread as possible. So there'd be like teen movies and kids movies, and then sci-fi, and then action, and but I had Terminator in for like indie or like low budget films or something like that. And you know, someone was like, that's not an indie film, it was, you know, distributed. But I'm like, yeah, it was eventually distributed, but you know, no major studio was ponying up ahead of the time to get this sucker made. So it's indie all day long, man. Austin's got the Nemesis MVD blue. Nice. Yeah, good stuff. I remember renting that with my dad on VHS. Yep. T2 is looking at what CGI used to look like. Yeah, man, CGI. It's funny, like some, even after T2, like there's some movies that were just so loose and, you know, free with it, and pretty weak sauce. Yeah, I love that plane crash at the end of Air Force One. It looks so crappy. Looks like the time was running out and they were running out of money. And that's exactly what it looks like. But and a lot of the compositing, CG compositing back in the day, everything was like, it makes everything so gray, like kind of dismal looking. Ugh. Just that whole kind of like dead look. It looks like old CG scenes like end up looking like steak that's been out on the counter for 5 days too long. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. Ugh. Nasty stuff. Spawn CGI. And remember when that was... Oh my god, that's mind-blowing CGI. Every element of his cape is alive. And the... Yeah, and when that came out, like, that weekend, everyone was just like, that was the best CG I've ever seen, man. Yeah. But yeah, it looks a little dismal now, yeah. Got it on Laserdisc, though. I do need the HBO Season 2 animated Laserdisc. I get to that at some point. The Air Force CGI plane is legend. It is so bad. It's funny, I just watched that. I was like, really? Really? That shot's done? That's not just like a wireframe or like a demo? It's not previs? Banned from the Ranch. Yeah, I love hearing that commentary track with them talking about, Banned from the Ranch and, the whole kind of where the name came from. It's great. It's a good commentary track. It's good LD. I love having that Spawn LD. But yeah, it's got its moments for sure. And of course, John Leguizamo's great. But yeah, CG is a little crappy. Die Hard 3, The Water in the Tunnel. Oh yeah. Oh, it's pretty bad CG. And the last time I watched Outbreak was a while ago. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out and see that. Die Hard 3 we were talking about. I still need the THX Laserdisc, even though it's a common. I don't have it. American Werewolf in Paris. Oh, I know, and it's like how insult to injury when it's like you're creating a sequel to a movie that's known for special effects that have withstood the test of time, and you're like, well, not this time. Escape from LA. Yes. Yeah, because there's those effects that you look back upon them, and you're like, well, all right, at the time, that was the best they could do. They tried. I always give Peter Jackson credit, even when he goes above and beyond like what's needed in stories, and he goes kind of insane with stuff. I always say he's like a kid in a sandbox, and he just wants to keep on playing with his toys or whatever. Sometimes he pushes the envelope beyond what's capable, but then with him doing that, like he's actually legitimately like pushing the envelope in terms of like allowing where the digital and other movies will end up benefiting from that because they've learned how to do things. So I always appreciate that he's willing to push the envelope. So sometimes if he doesn't stick the landing, that's fine. But then there's Escape from LA when it's like I saw it on opening weekend. I'm like, that looks crappy. Like that does not look good at all. And so it's not even like it looks dated now. It's like that looked dated in 1997 or whatever year that dropped. So yeah, I was like, oh, yep, that's pretty weak sauce. Or the windsurfing off the iceberg in Die Another Day. That was pretty great too. Let's see. Early CG, the Quest World parts of Real Adventure. Oh yeah, I was just talking to my wife about that because she was kind of vaguely remembering that stuff. There's a few guys working 20 hours a day to try and rush that coding out. Yeah. Matrix. I have not revisited the Matrix sequels in a long time. Reloaded, I would tend to run across on TV occasionally. But Revolutions there, I think I saw in theaters was probably the last time I saw it. So maybe it's the time to kind of give them another shot. Well, maybe, I don't know. I tend to just kind of pretend those didn't happen. Escape from LA rear screen looked like it was shot in 1967. Well, that movie, I guess I have to get that, bite the bullet, and get that Scream Factory Blu-ray when it's cheaper. It's a little bit cheaper. But yeah, that was like pretty much the biggest John Carpenter disappointment I could ever recall. And I was such a huge fan of Escape from New York too. So, and that letterboxed gatefold Laserdisc with the commentary even kind of fueled my Escape from New York love even to higher levels already. So when that movie came out, me and my dad went to go see it, and this was like, yes, we're seeing another Snake Plissken movie. This is awesome. And we're like, it's not that awesome. But damn, Snake deserved better. Eric walked out of Matrix Revolutions. Nice. It's funny because I remember watching Reloaded And I certainly didn't play the Enter the Matrix video game. But I just got that feel like this was like part 3 of something, and I didn't see part 2. Like, I'm like, who is this character? Wait, why is this character being introduced? It was all this stuff that was like introduced as if it was like in a video game. There was no like narrative attention to like traditional structures of screenplays on actually letting the audience know why this character was going to this place or what they're doing. It was written really weird, and I just remember like when they were like going to the Merovingian, I'm like, why they didn't talk about this? Like, there's all these people that are like weren't referenced in the previous film and weren't established in the sequel, and I'm like, wait, why are they doing this? Why do I care? I'm like, I used to like these characters. I used to like this world. What is going on here? So I guess I should probably revisit it, because I've certainly had my share of people telling me that it's even just beyond action cinema, it's a philosophical masterpiece, and Animatrix has a kick-ass. Yeah, Animatrix. Yeah, it's got some good stuff in it. Respect to Animatrix, man. But yeah, so I did. It's funny, at the time I enjoyed Revolutions a little bit more than Reloaded, but it might be flipped now, just because I think I guess I understood more of what the story was going for. But yeah, I mean, I guess part of the problem was that at the end of the Matrix, with I've said this before, but Rage Against the Machine's kicking on the soundtrack. You've got Neo essentially turning into Superman, doing the Superman thing. It just set your mind reeling, and it kind of got you thinking, and you're like, oh, all the possibilities, all the interesting things that can happen now. And then Reloaded came along, we're like, hey, remember all those interesting things? Like, yeah, none of that's going to happen. This other stuff that you don't really care about and never anticipated and never wanted is going to happen. It's not really going to be done that well, but there's going to be a lot more, attempts to kind of make a new version of Bullet Time, because like Bullet Time got played out wicked fast. So yeah, we're going to try and revolutionize cinema again, maybe, and we're going to throw a lot of characters at you, like they're coming straight out of Enter the Matrix. But if you didn't play that, tough noogies. Hello, man, that movie sucked. But I mean, it had some moments of style and everything, at least, I guess. I mean, I liked the concept of some of Neo's new foes and everything like that, but damn, what a disappointment. And I've said it before, the sad thing is that week, another movie that is generally not looked upon as a great film, but did Peyton Reed do that? It might have been Peyton Reed, but Down with Love came out that same week, which was a throwback to Rock Hudson, Doris Day films with what's her face, Bridget Jones there, and Obi-Wan McGregor, Ewan McGregor in there, and Renee Zellweger, and it was like The Matrix Reloaded disappointed me so damn much that I was so excited to see Down with Love, because it was just like completely the opposite, and it was so much fun, and it was like a throwback to old films that I loved. And I was like, thank God, this was the breath of fresh air I needed to get the stink of Reloaded out of my life. And it's funny, and then I ended up recommending it to some of the people I worked with at the time that were into older films. So I was like, if you love those old Doris Day movies, you're going to love this. And then someone that came back and goes, that movie sucked, huh? But I still have Down with Love on DVD, man. Got it. And I loved his man cave, man. He had the sweetest, like, 60s man cave. Yeah, watch the behind the scenes stuff. All right, maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, man, the freaking brawl between in Reloaded with Neo and was that the Burley brawl? Was the Burley brawl? No, that was the Burley brawl. What with the 8 million Agent Smiths? That just dragged. Yeah, good times. Yeah, Revolutions had like. It was just too much stuff in Zion. That was like the fun thing about like Zion was just like weird. Like I didn't want to see much. Like the Matrix was infinitely more interesting stylistically than Zion, but it had this stuff at the train station. Like I don't know, more stuff that was never hinted at in the Matrix lore, but I guess was was pretty cool, in terms of casting. But I don't know. I'm just like, wait, why am I here? Why is this happening? Why do I care? I don't know. Whatever. And the Matrix was a glitchy nightmare. I gave up on one of the worst PS2 games. I'm sure. Yeah, talking about rushing, they probably rushed that to get it going. Path of Neo was a decent apology of a game until the end went bonkers. I pretend the Wachowski stopped after the Matrix. I almost do, but I got to give it to them for their kind of ghost directing on the Invasion. I really like the Invasion. So even though it wasn't technically all them, and I don't know. Supposedly they did extend their reach into V for Vendetta a little bit too. It wasn't just all Louis McTeague, but I really like the V for Vendetta a lot as well. And I am an apologist for Speed Racer as well. Got to say, I wanted to hate it. I saw it in the theaters, and it kind of won me over. I have it on Blu-ray. I should revisit it. I really wanted to hate it. Obi-Wan McGregor. So that is his name now. If Disney want to add with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, that would be at the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And they could do it if they're going to do a WandaVision and they kind of change tone, to kind of capture the spirit of classic television in some fashion. They could totally do the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. I would watch that. Spencer, nice. Spencer enjoyed Dawn with Love. It was the anti-Matrix Reloaded. And I was like, thank God. It was like 2.35 to 1. Flashback to killer films from days of yore. It was just fun. Yeah, Beyond the Sea. I forgot about that. That came out around then, too. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show. This is the theme to Obi show. The theme to Obi show. This is the theme that Obi told me to write for his movie. That'd be good. I'll watch it. I guess I should get Disney Plus at some point. One of these days I'm going to watch The Mandalorian. When nobody else cares about it. Maybe when season 2 comes out or something, I'll finally catch up on it. But all right, well, it's been 4 hours. I guess I should probably sign off. Thanks for hanging out, though, everybody. It was a good time. Apologies for taking too long time in between these things, but at least I've been putting out some videos in the meantime. But yes, look for more stuff going on soon. The website will be launched as soon as I finish populating it. But if you need to email me, you can send me an email at sam@culturedogmedia.com. I have it now. It's official. So I'm going to take the time to put some more stuff up. Let's see. I was crawling on the theater floor in Speed Racer. It was mostly empty. I almost didn't get into Speed Racer because that was a early morning screening. I was going to way more preview screenings at the time, and sometimes they would do kids movies on Saturday mornings before the theaters open. It was before theaters were doing, because normally they do 9:30, 10 o'clock shows now, but back in the day it was noon, so they would show them before the theater opened, and the reps were told to hold seats for critics that came in late and that sort of thing. So we rolled into Speed Racer, and they're like, nope, sold out. And we're like, yeah, but they're expecting my girlfriend's in there. They're like, lots of guys' girlfriends are in there. We're like, no, there's seats for us in there. They're like, no, it's sold out. We're like, yes, it's sold out, but there are seats for us in there. They finally let us in, and I saw it, and sadly, I liked it. I'm sorry, I have to do penance for that. Put on my ribbons of shame for enjoying Speed Racer. Maybe I'll watch it again and hate it. But thanks, Freddie. You rock too. You rock twice as hard. Double fisting rocking. Well, not fisting, but double fisted rock. Stay safe, everyone. Hopefully, we'll be back with some more live streaming sometime soon. Chat a little bit, and I'll have some more Laserdisc finally to show at some point. We cracked 4 hours, man. It's funny that sometimes people will come on towards the end and be like, why is your voice so raw? I'm like, because I've been talking for 4 hours like Kevin Smith or something. I don't know what's wrong with me. But keep on spinning some discs, everybody. Peace out, and we'll catch you soon. Cheers.